is that 9/11, September 2001. That was done basically by American government because there are a whole bunch of, articles that
to me, Farhad, there's certain things I'm asking questions up till now. There's two things that I'm asking questions. This was reported on the police report of 9/11. They could not recover the black box. You agree? That's in the airplane? Near the Trade Center. Yeah. World Trade. They could not recover the black box because it was blown into pieces. Yet they were able to recover mint condition. They were able to recover mint condition passports on the floor. Okay, and there was another person that was a passerby. Gave one of the passport to the cops, and that son of a bitch cop still doesn't know who the person was up till now. So I want to know how did they get the passport? Yeah, I want to know who was the passerby, who gave them the passport, who gave the cop a passport, NYPD, and the two passport on the floor. Who does, why would they use this passport and the other passport and try to do what they did in fucking Iraq and Afghanistan?
Yeah, they have a network. They have a network that, they basically help them. We went to, flying lessons, and they got the certificate. They have a whole bunch of things. So, it's a pattern of what you guys are thinking, that everything is planned by, the imperialism and, the terrorists that actually committed this crime. They were innocent. They didn't do anything. That was U.S. government, that was Israeli government.
Did I say this? I didn't say this.
Not gonna help.
I didn't say that there was a U.S. government. You never heard me. I want to know the passport situation.
You want to know about passport issue, but you don't know those 19. That was 19 people, right?
Yeah, so far, let me explain that to you.
They took 4 planes, hijacked the planes and crashed it.
That's actually a conspiracy theory itself. The reason why there was plenty of evidences of foreknowledge of an attack that happened. People were told not to show up to work that day. There was an Israeli company, this is not my own saying. This is Haaretz. They have an article. You can look it up. It's still archived. An Israeli company called Odigo, O-D-I-G-O, was informed not to show up to work that day. Their employees were sent messages hours before the attacks. Their employees in the World Trade Center.
For Israel? Is that what you're saying?
Hold on. Let me, you got to hear a little bit more. There are many other people who knew something was going to happen. There's an inexplicably high volume of put options on both the airlines, American Airlines and Delta, or United Delta Airlines put options more than 7 to 10, 11 times the normal expected volatility. So some people knew that those stocks would tank, and that was the trading day before the attacks happened. There's plenty more evidence of foreknowledge. The buildings themselves fell at essentially free fall speed, gravity, which is 9 point.
I mean, Gene, that's the giving one right there. Like, physics-wise, the way the buildings collapsed, from how the planes hit them and how they broke it down. There's so many documentaries about it. Scientifically, the way the buildings fell and the way it wouldn't happen from a plane. That's number one. Number two, there was a third building that fell on its own. The plane didn't hit it. There was an explosion.
World Trade Center 7 fell that afternoon. The first 2 towers, North and South Tower, fell in the morning. World Trade Center 7 fell in the afternoon.
Yeah, there's so much proof. There's so much proof.
Yep, watched a documentary of world's demolition experts. Demolition experts around the world. They said this is a controlled demolition, controlled demolition, controlled demolition. Had all the hallmarks of a controlled demolition. And so there's no way that this happened by a plane. A plane has never brought down in the history of steel skyscrapers has ever brought down a building, except in Iran. Iran in I think in the 19 or like no, actually like maybe 15 years ago, there was a short steel concrete building that did fall from fire, but not a plane. Never has a plane brought down thing. Never has a building, a skyscraper been brought down by fire, except for Iran, a steel skyscraper. Also, the World Trade Center 7, which no plane hit, fell down also at free fall speed. No plane hit it. It was just fire. Fires don't collapse whole buildings like that and free fall speed. That building also housed the CIA's offices, FBI's offices, the New York City mayor at that time, Giuliani's office, the New York City Treasury Department. It was a high security clearance building, and that no plane hit it, right? There's a number of evidences to show also the Israeli art students. They're Israeli spies who were sent to America, and this is what they said in Israeli media, not in American media. They don't expose what these Israeli spies in American media. But in Israeli media, they said they were sent there to document the event. There were Israeli spies who were caught cheering, happy, when the first plane hit. They were videotaping, video recording. I think they would have videotapes at the time, or video record these cameras. They were recording the first plane hitting, and they were happy that it happened. They were cheering. The witnesses, they said they were cheering or dancing. They were very happy it happened. Those were detained, the spies were detained for 72 days without charge, or they were sent back home. I don't know if there's charges or not, but they were sent back home to Israel. And when they got back to Israel, said they were sent there to document the event. So that means they flew all the way from Israel to America to document something, an event, and they had their cameras ready for the first plane to hit. Now you put two and two together. Who do you think did it? You see, Farhad?
Do you have documents about those put options for, is it American Airlines? Which one? Which airline?
It was Delta and, no, sorry, it was American and United. And I can send you a documentary you can watch, and either way you can watch it, you'll find it in there.
Okay, that doesn't mean anything.
No, Farhad, the put option it means something. It doesn't mean everything. But when you piece a lot of evidences before knowledge, and when before knowledge means knowing something happened beforehand. Also, Farhad, this is huge. Condoleezza Rice lied in front of Congress, in front of the American public, that we never had an idea that terrorists could use planes to hijack them to target tall buildings. That was a lie under oath. That's a felony. No, of course they knew. Do you know that America, since I think the 10 years prior, they practice every year a drill that simulates planes being hijacked to hit buildings, and it's called NORAD. NORAD is the
during Clinton's time. They were doing.
Happened during Clinton time. And once a year they would practice a drill. They happen to be practicing the drill in the same time the first plane hit the building, and that there was a drill happening where American pilots were up in the air with fighter jets. They were simulating a drill where an American commercial airliner would be hijacked, and this would hit a building. But you know what? In the Freedom of Information Act, they redact. Meaning they black out which building was the target in that drill. On Tuesday, September 11th of 2001. So there's a building that was supposed to be attacked in this drill, but they won't let us know what that building was. Is it the World Trade Center? Is it Pentagon? What do you have to hide? Right? So they lied to us. Condoleezza Rice, the government, lied to us. Also, the Israeli art students, they were on the floor of impacts where the floors hit, the plane hit. They were having special access, including overnight, late hours, of the floors where the building where the plane hit. What did happen to them? They were held into detention in America and sent back home. Nothing. Just like the Israeli pedophile who's the head of like cybersecurity or something in Israel. He's a government member. He was caught trying to have sex with a child in Vegas. Yeah, but he was sent back home.
You are going through so much details that I guess most of them are not verifiable.
No, these are
all verifiable. Bro, there's so much information out there. Where are you? You're 25 years late. You're 25 years late.
Hold on. You're missing the big picture. You're going through all those details, but you're missing the big picture. The big picture is that what did they get from this plan? What did they get?
Okay. So
can you tell me what did they get Afghanistan? Did they get Iraq? What did they get as a result?
Okay, we'll talk about that. But first, everything I've said is verifiable. Just one sec, because I've researched this. These are all with major news publications within America, news media outlets, also within Israel. These are all verifiable facts. Everything I said was 100% a fact, according to FBI, according to American media, all a fact, including Israeli media. So everything I said is a fact. There's no way around it. And you can even quote Fox News, CNN, New York Times. I can quote How I Reads for You, the Jerusalem Post. Everything's verifiable. So these are all facts. Now, when you want to get to motive, of course the motive. Netanyahu went on public record saying this is good for Israel. This attacks. He almost literally said it in that way. It was good for Israel. He said it's to their advantage that this happened. Many Israeli thinkers were saying this is actually great that it happened. And they used it. And they're bought out politicians in the American Congress and their presidents, who I'm sure are entangled Epstein, as leverage, honey trapped them to convince them to go to war in Iraq. Right, the second time around. The first time around wasn't quite safe. They didn't do enough damage, even though it killed 1 million people. Wasn't enough, right? Through direct combat or direct assault, and also sanctions. Madden Albright was asked.
Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait, right?
Yeah, but do you know why they invaded Kuwait? Because Kuwait, right? It's not just as clear as that. But first of all, Saddam Hussein is an American ally. Saddam Hussein visited the White House. Saddam Hussein was trained by the CIA in 1971 in Cairo. Saddam Hussein was an American asset. He was an ally of America, right? Shaking hands with Bush, right? But the moment he decided to attack Kuwait, that's when the plan that U.S. already enacted by, spearheaded by Zionists, was put into action. Why did Kuwait there's disputed, he said that
Saddam Hussein was the agent of CIA and U.S. government. That's what you said.
I said an ally of America.
Okay, ally of America.
Yeah.
So how come that in Gaza they made his statue? Can you tell me?
No. That I'm talking about America right now and Saddam's relation. We could talk about Gaza. Why did he make a statue? Because Saddam Hussein fired Scud missiles. I think it was in 1991 or 92. He fired them at Israel. So obviously Palestinians, they'll be happy. Anybody's protecting them against the genocidal, maniacal Israeli government. Of course, they'll be happy if somebody defends them against the oppressors.
American ally attacked Israel. Okay, it doesn't make sense to me.
Who attacked Israel? Oh, an American ally. Yeah, Farhad, obviously that didn't, sit well with America. No, but he's been an American ally. But obviously America did not like that. I can't say America itself is entirely, more so Zionists within America, Zionist supporting politicians.
Wait, is he denying that Saddam Hussein was an ally of America? Is that what he's saying?
Farhad, you know that Saddam was an ally of America. You know that, right?
Oh, that's the first time I hear from you. That Saddam was an ally of America.
No, we're asking you. Do you?
What about Khomeini? Khomeini was
No. We're not doing that. We'll go one by one. Do you believe that Saddam was an ally of the United States? It's a yes or no.
No, sorry, I'm driving, so I have problem
Okay.
with microphone.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't believe that. I mean, as far as I know, Saddam had a good relationship with the East, with the Soviet.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so we totally are gonna have amnesia about the Iran-Iraq War and what what backing Saddam Hussein had from America. We're gonna just ignore that.
Dean, check out the link. Normal running away from resistance.
Oh, are we gonna ignore that, Farhad?
So far, let's just make these easy for you.
No, but no, we gotta get past. This is crazy. Like I've never heard an Iranian say this. Whether they, no matter what side they're on, no matter what faction they are part of, I've never heard anybody ever say that Saddam Hussein was not an ally at some point of the United States. It was public knowledge.
Those are, IRGB.
There's no, I just said every I said everybody. I said everybody. You could be a Shahi.
Right?
No, not everybody I
Not
talk to.
everyone.
Not everybody. Yes, everyone. You could. The only people that might say that Saddam Hussein was not an ally of the United States, and by the way, that's a delusional statement because it was a fact. Is the Mujahideen Khalq. That's it. And
Saddam Hussein, I don't care who says or who doesn't say. Saddam was a secular dictator, and he was very strong.
He was very what?
Just signals in the microphone.
I appreciate because he was a secular government.
Okay.
He was not part of terrorists. That was the mistake.
Really? So he didn't use. Okay, so he didn't use Agent Orange. He didn't use.
Big point that
He didn't use illegal chemical warfare on the Kurds. He didn't use illegal chemical warfare on the Kurds, on his own people, and on Iranians. He didn't do that?
That one I don't
That's
know.
not terrorism?
That's some stories about it.
Stories! Oh,
Yeah,
stories!
He was not a
Bro, shame on you, bro.
Yeah,
Shame on you.
Dictator.
Shame on you.
You don't listen to me.
Go ahead, talk
He
about
was
it.
a dictator. Yeah, he killed so many people.
And that's terrorism.
But he
That's
was
terrorism.
not part of Islamic terrorism. That's the point.
I don't care what. I don't care. Terrorism is terrorism. I don't care if you're a terrorist from the planet Zarkon. No, I don't care about. I care about terrorism. Period. I don't care if you're from planet Zarkon or you're from.
You are part of it.
Yeah, no. Talk about your mother's part of it. Your mother's part of it. Your mother's part of it.
Okay.
You want to talk to her? She's next to me. You want to talk to her? Hey, your son wants to talk to you.
Guys,
Mary, your son wants to talk to you.
There's an Indian.
Oh, she's busy.
There's an Indian named
She's busy, sorry.
Sam in the chat.
She's cooking for me.
Program is going down. Bunch of
Yo, don't put too much pepper in my sauce.
Sam doesn't know what he's talking about. We're presenting all facts here. We're talking about 9/11, potential Israeli connection. All facts were presented. Everything that's mentioned is a complete fact. It's referenced, so you don't know what you're talking about. All right. So when it goes back to September 11th, of course there's motive, right? The project of New American Century.
After September 11th, what they have done? I asked you what did they get from that?
Okay.
Did they get Afghanistan? Did they get Iraq?
Yeah, just listen. They did a whole lot.
What's the benefit of that
plan? I got you, Farhad. Farhad, have you heard of the project of the New American Century? No. Okay. If you don't know about that, then you really don't know much about it. So just make the opportunity for you to learn.
All those conspiracy and stuff.
No.
Yeah,
It's not conspiracy. No. I'm giving you facts. Everything I mentioned.
The fact is, your mother's cooking for me.
Farhad, everything I mentioned to you is 100% fact. I challenge anybody to prove what I said is not a fact. It's a fact according to the FBI. It's a fact according to CNN. It's a fact.
Can you answer my questions?
I'm answering your question.
What American they got from this plan?
I'm answering your question.
So please,
Okay, but it starts with the project of the American century. It actually doesn't start with that, but it's a crucial to understand the project of the American century to understand what was gained out of September 11th. Now, the project of the American century is headed by Zionists, conservative Republicans, predominantly Republicans. You have Paul Wolfowitz, who is a Zionist Jew. You had Donald Rumsfeld, a Zionist Jew. You had Dick Cheney, a Zionist. You have John Bolton, who's been a perennial war hawk through multiple administrations, including Democratic and Republican administrations. You had a number of neocons, they call them neoconservatives, who were part of the New American century, and they had a number of programs, objectives they wanted to initiate and implement, execute, but they couldn't do it because they felt their views would be too extreme for the people to accept, essentially. Absent of, quote unquote, absent of a new Pearl Harbor. What was Pearl Harbor? Pearl Harbor is an attack on American soil. So basically, it would take an attack on American soil for them to implement their agenda. All right, and what was the biggest attack on American soil after Pearl Harbor? Well, it was September 11th, right? 2,000 some lives lost. The biggest attack on American soil.
What
And
was the agenda?
hold on. Okay, what are the agenda? Yeah, so now we established that. The agenda is to destabilize the country, the Middle East, to usurp their resources, to politically dominate the region.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on.
Destabilize the Middle East, like for example Afghanistan. Afghanistan was not already destabilized before they attack Afghanistan. So the chaos in Afghanistan.
No. Of course, but Afghanistan, we're talking. There's multiple
But don't
countries.
they to make it destabilized? It was already there.
No. It was, but it's more than what you think about. Each country is different, right?
You know when the communists they control Afghanistan, they start killing each other.
So far,
That was the main reason of the civil war.
for
in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, the Taliban, the Northern Alliance, there's a lot of tribal warfare. It's more than that with Afghanistan. Afghanistan is different in the sense that it compared to Iraq, right? So Afghanistan didn't pose a threat too much to Israel. Afghanistan is rich. It's two reasons. There's a reason for Afghanistan. Afghanistan has rich in oil, in minerals and resources. It has some oil as well, but it serves as a buffer against Russia.
The government of Iran, the mullahs of Iran, is it threat to Israel or not?
Hold on,
Can you tell me?
how
No,
can you jump
I'm
from
talking about the same subject. Listen,
Farhad, you're jumping from place to place. We don't.
no, because
oh,
they
This
replace
guy does not
Saddam
know how to
Hussein.
have a right
You
conversation.
don't know how
American-
you're asking
American
deep questions. I got you. I'm gonna answer that.
American replaced Saddam Hussein.
Then let's talk about the NBA. Then let's talk about Tube Socks.
Right?
Then let's talk about
the
reindeer.
Iranian mullahs control Iraq. So they are essentially on Israel right now.
So, look,
What are we talking about?
Farhad, just listen. Before we get to Iran, where you brought up Afghanistan. So Afghanistan, I mentioned minerals, resources. I also mentioned oil. Also, it was a strategic trade route. They want to build a pipeline, right? Pipelines, pipelines are to transmit oil through Afghanistan. Also, it would serve as a protective a buffer to destabilize Russia's efforts on the northern border of Afghanistan. When it comes to Iraq, Iran, and a number of countries, we can talk about them individually. You talked about Afghanistan. So Iran, right? But let's not get to Iran because you're going to go hot-headed on Iran. Let's get the bigger picture here. It was to destabilize the region, further Israel's agenda of stealing more land theft, because Israel has a goal of expanding its borders to Eretz Israel. It doesn't have any defined borders. It refuses to define its borders because it thinks it has a right to take over land that does not belong to them under international law. Absolutely does not belong to them. They're robbing land of the natives, spearheaded by European Jews who came across after the Holocaust and were looking for homes, right? But to control the region's oil, to further nationalism, nationalism in each of these countries because they know they've been talking about Islam, that Islam has the power to unite these countries. Islam is a unifying factor. They do not want the empires of the past to form. The Fatimids, Abbasids, the Ottoman Empire, so forth, those were more aligned on Islam. But when you divide them under nationalism and get them competing against each other, have them involved in tribal warfares, you support insurgency groups, and this all is an effort to weaken and keep them weak politically, so you can dominate them, dominate their resources. Also, as a buffer against Russia, I mentioned also China as well, but more so Russia because Russia poses more of a military threat. They actually will fight more militarily than China would. China uses economic diplomacy and economic threats as well, loans and so forth, and that's another topic. All right, it's a bigger plan than what you realize. What did they do after September 11th? They attacked, as General Wesley Clark said when he was interviewed in 2008. He was asked, he was told the goal was to attack 7 countries in 5 years: Somalia, Libya, Iraq, Iran, Syria, one missing one, Yemen, and there was another country I'm blanking out, but 7 countries in 5 years.
Sudan, you said Sudan?
Sudan, yeah, I didn't say Sudan. Sudan. What has happened? The U.S. got involved with Libya. It got involved with Somalia. That was that famous movie people watched, Black Hawk Down. Somalia. It got his hands bloody and messy in Sudan. Israel, just a bunch of countries involved in Sudan. That's going on as we speak. Yemen, right? Yemen, they went through a crisis by our ally Saudi Arabia. The Houthis and so forth. I mean, 100,000 lives lost, and they weakened their government and so forth. Just look at it. Syria is a mess. U.S. was involved in Syria, especially Israel. So there you go. Because we got to fight terrorism, right? Because there's simply 19 hijackers took down 2 buildings and another building which nothing hit. No plane hit. Just some debris from a plane hit a huge 50-story building that fell down. The Pentagon, and then a plane that landed, didn't hit anything. It landed on an open field. Can't even see any bodies there, or the reporter on scene didn't even see any bodies. Barely saw anything that looked like a plane, he said.
You're talking about the Pentagon plane?
No, the one that landed in Pennsylvania. The reporter in that initially from local television. Mm-hmm. He said when he got there, he didn't see any bodies. He said he barely saw what looks like a plane, maybe a small...
Well, I don't know if you remember, but that plane, in the beginning, the media was reporting that plane got shot down by the U.S. military because it came later than the other ones, or they were able to get to it. But then later they changed their story and they said, oh, it just crashed. The terrorists inside crashed it. But then again, it disappeared. So it was like 3 different stories that occurred with that plane.
Yeah, exactly.
Mystery plane.
Yeah. So Farhad, they have a lot to gain, Farhad. Now, Iran, when you talk about Iran, Iran is predominantly weak as is. It would be much stronger if it wasn't for sanctions. Israel has been spearheading sanctions and and attempted attacks on Iran for over about 30 years now. Right? It's been a goal because Iran is militarily independent of the West. Now, do you know that what happened? I'll give you your example, Farhad. Farhad, are you still there? Oh, okay. For those who are listening. Okay, fine. Okay. So what America does, it sells fighter jets to different nations, but for defense. What happened? I'll give you an example here. When India, remember last year, it was about 2 years ago, when India and Pakistan were having some beef, and they were fighting each other. It lasted a few days. A few people died. A couple, planes went down. When the moment the Pakistani aircraft fighter jets, which were purchased from America, the moment they crossed the Indian border, they couldn't fire any weapons. And when they complained to the Americans, they said, well, we sold it to you for defense. The Pakistanis said, it is defense, they're trying to attack us. We're trying to take out their bases. So, America did not, it did seem like in good faith, sold these Pakistanis weapons that they can actually use outside their borders. Because and if you try to take out the black box, disassemble not the black box, it's a command box, whatever, and disable that, radar device, it will automatically burn and explode. So the Americans designed such a way that you can't, you can look this up, it's all public information, that they can't disable that. So the Americans have sold weapons and fighter jets to countries that if America decides they don't like what they're doing with those weapons or those fighter jets, they won't work. What kind of deal is that? Right? So now Iran doesn't buy weapons from America.
Free America, free America, free America, free America, free America, free America.
Okay. It creates its own weapons. It buys weapons from Russia and so forth, and others. So it's independent of American weapons. And America doesn't like that. Nor especially Israel doesn't like that. Iran never posed a threat to America. Iran never fired a missile over the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean. It never posed a threat to America. All right. Iran does pose a threat to Israel, right? But Israel didn't. It's because of Israel's own doing. Israel's been stealing land, killing, raping, murdering its neighbors, stealing more and more and more land, and they're posing a threat to the entire region. Iran is one of the countries that has stepped up to it. And the goal for the U.S., spearheaded by Israel's Israeli lobby, I should say, is to install a pro-Israel dictator in Iran, right? A pro-Israel dictator, pro-American as well. And I don't think that serves the best interest of people around. Mazi, anything you want to add to that? Did I say anything wrong or no?
I went on the phone maybe 3 minutes ago, so I don't know how you handled it on the phone.
Hey, what's up, Charlie? Assalamu alaikum, man. It's your new account, Charlie? Is that you?
Yeah, well,
Charlie.
hello, Ahmed. Hello, everybody.
Is that your new account?
Yeah, somebody, you know what happens.
Okay. You're famous, man. Let me add you.
Yeah, I would too.
What was it? So was it the Sungis?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Dean.
Not happy. They were not happy. I was talking about Modi and also.
Yeah, Dean,
Blocked me.
my bad. I'll wait till you finish.
Yeah, what's up, Mazi?
No, Charlie, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, sorry. Please continue.
Yeah, Dean, the biggest problem I had with what he was saying is there were two things. One, everything he was saying, he kept saying it's unverifiable, it's not fact, when it all was. And then the second thing, his stance on Saddam is crazy to me. I've never heard one Iranian ever say that unless they were like a traitor. Like, I don't care if they were down with the Shah, if they were, IRGC, or they were neutral. I've never, ever heard that, bro. It's pretty mind-boggling.
Yeah, I mean, when you have biases, bigotry, or a view that you wish that, you hope that is true, you'll misinterpret things in your mind. He may have learned it once in his life, and because of his views, he's trying to recreate the narrative, reshape the memories he had of what he had read, I don't know. I can't really explain his psyche.
I mean, it's simple. It's simple. No matter what side you were on, who you supported, at the end of the day, hundreds of thousands of Iranians died due to Saddam's attacks, due to Saddam's illegal warfare, chemical warfare. So no matter what side you're on, that many Iranians died. So whether it could have been your family, or it could have been just your fellow, countrymen. Like, that's crazy to me, to support somebody like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what side you're on. I don't care who you support. It doesn't matter. To give credit to that guy is nuts to me. From Iranians, of all people on earth, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And look, Iraqis who were against Saddam, who they came out saying after America got involved that they were better off with Saddam.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that just shows you the damage that America and Israel have done to Iraq. Iraq. There's a book I recommend to read. It's called "Paying the Price." No. There was "Fire After the Ice" by Ramsey Clark. Ramsey Clark was a former Attorney General under the Kennedy or Lyndon B. Johnson administration, and he is the only former U.S. Attorney General. He is a big shot American politician who's testifying against the American government in front of the UN. His testimony, you can look it up. His testimony, his speech, he talks about the damage we did to Iraq, how we fired 110,000 sorties based essentially missiles, bombs, and so forth. The equivalent of 7 or 8 times Hiroshima. We bombed buses, public transportations, gas depots, bus depots, gas stations, hospitals, a baby milk factory. There was 34 hospitals were bombed. A bridge that had a market with 125 people, that was bombed. They bombed so many places. They used depleted uranium. We decimated the society. Estimated 500,000 children at that time were, estimated to have been killed, died, however you want to name it, but they were murdered essentially through sanctions. And Madeleine Albright, who was the former Secretary of State, who said that, was asked on television, do you think the price, meaning 500,000 children, was worth it? And she said, do we think it's worth it? What kind of depraved, was it really worth it? What would it do to Iraq, right? Bombing to the smithereens, is that the American way? No, it's the immoral way. America does many great things around the world. It does many things. I think there's good actors, good actors like in Hollywood, and good people in good faith want to, help the world and make America a better place. But also there's actors who are just simply evil and have devious agendas for, on behalf of Israel, on behalf of their own, pockets, their family. Making their family rich, themselves rich, and maintaining power and so forth. Right?
Yeah. As Amir would say, yep.
Yeah. Look,
That's a good question. I think he asked me in the chat. He left. He said how much I getting paid by the mullahs. I haven't decided yet. They usually give me a blank check. I think he disappeared. Crazy.
Do you know cancer rates in Iraq quadrupled because America was using chemical weapons like depleted uranium and so forth? This is fact. This is not just hearsay. This is not what I'm contriving and concocting. Just look up the U.S. government's use of depleted uranium in Iraq and read on. Read up Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, read the reports on America's devastation, of Iraq, through sanctions and so forth. These are all facts. Ramsey Clark, he's an attorney general. For those who don't, he's the head barrister, the head attorney, the head lawyer of America, who testifies against America in front of the United Nations about the damage we've done in Iraq. But Israel's a push into school.
But are you learning anything, or are you just here to troll, man?
I think that right now everybody knows what is happening, right? I guess it's about the side. Everybody has chosen a side mostly. I don't think so. Any Israeli or any Zionist, they don't know what they're doing, right? Every motherfucker, they know what they're doing. I guess it's like a waste of time even to engage with those motherfuckers right now.
Yeah,
No,
so I.
it is still about those mullahs, how much the mullahs are paying you. Nobody's talking about those fucking Zionist Jews. Or nobody's talking about the state of Israel. Nobody's talking about what even those motherfuckers are defending Jeffrey Epstein right now, This
Oh,
is
by
what
the
they-
way, Amdani and Modi, Epstein files, Charlie. Have you been a
Yeah, we were
target?
talking about it. We were talking about
Target, you should go after Modi, the Sangis, right, and relate to the
Yeah.
Epstein files.
Why do you think I was mask blocked?
Okay, that's why.
Yeah, because of that Hardi Puri and everything. So we already discussed it.
That's good. That's good.
But they're like, nahi, ye hamara bhagwan hai.
Oh wow, this is a big problem. If you bring them the facts, like the Ambani, Dean. Well, one of the billionaires is on the Epstein files from India,
Yeah, I read
and
about
Modi government.
Ambani.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep. He wanted to meet. He asked Jeffrey Epstein to get a meeting with some.
But it is like his
company.
elder brother. It's not Anil. It's not Mukesh Ambani, but it's Anil Ambani.
Yeah, Neil Ambani. Yeah, his brother.
So what the emails tell us is that I don't know. He was in a lot of debt. I don't know if you guys know or not. The elder one. He was in a lot of debt, and then there is this email where he's asking for a tall blonde Russian in an Epstein in those emails and all whatnot. And suddenly, after like 2 or 3 years, he's getting defense contracts of so many of them, and his debt is wiped off.
See, you guys not paying attention to the bigger picture. You're just getting fed by the media giants. You guys are slaves to the media giants. The bigger picture you need to be focused on right now is the board of peace. They're going beyond Gaza. See, Gaza was just think of your demo disc in your first PlayStation. That was just their beta version. Then they're going to go to expand to Haiti. See, I don't want to die, so I can't disclose a lot. But, yeah, man. Peace, kifaholic to my brothers. Hopefully everybody could wake up. Everybody just needs to do the right thing. But, I don't want to go further, but focus on the board of peace.
All right.
Follow the money.
Yep.
You always see what's really going on.
Like when you late to the game, we already talked about it. No need to insult our intelligence. We're not just going by what mass media says. Obviously, we're dissecting, critiquing, analyzing what mass media says. We've already talked about board of peace in this room over and over and over, Lingo. If you'd like to learn more about what people think about the board of peace, you could just spend more time in the room.
I'm happy to be here, but everybody's focused on the board of peace in the Middle East. But right now, pay attention to, I just want people to just really pay attention. The scumbags from the RSF. I'm ex-military, so it's easy for me. I'm American military, so it's easy for me to see through the bullshit. I'm sorry I'm late to you. I don't insult people's intelligence. I would never do that. I just jumped on.
It's all good, Lingo. It's all good.
I would never do that. Respect. I come with respect. I just caught on to what you guys are saying. And then I heard you guys going to Epstein files. That's a lot of distraction. But right now, I think everybody could save a lot of lives if we could just all stay focused on stopping the bullshit. Like the real bullshit. This shit's a mess. On all sides. I don't know if everybody's in the U.S. or where you are, but right now, the globe needs to come together to kind of stop the chaos, man. And then my apologies if I came here with a lot of passion and aggression. That dirtbag in charge of the Board of Peace, Jared, I don't like him.
Oh yeah, he's a dirtbag. He's a cocky, arrogant, racist person. He wants to have Palestinians removed from their homeland. He wants to create luxury properties there. What kind of psychotic, sadistic person is that? Right? No respect.
Monsters. Monsters.
Yeah,
You know,
the kind of things that they've been doing, like maybe in those Epstein Islands and all. Yeah, there is no fucking soul, man. What do you think they do? They can do any fucking thing. You know? If you're doing something like that to a child, you can do anything. You can do anything. Like there are no morals involved.
the level of violence.
Just mouthpieces, man. Those motherfuckers are just mouthpieces. You
Of course.
Yeah.
The level of violence that's been perpetuated on other countries to enforce laws that the powers that be don't follow. And I don't know, man. This thing is a mess. I'm sorry, guys. It's late. I don't know what time zone you guys are on, but I'm pissed off. And I jumped on here because I saw the.
Nah, that goes understandable, man, bro.
I hate like this thing that like for years I've been telling people what, because I saw Israel years ago, Israel and the West Bank and just the Middle East, and I'm like, this thing's eventually, this is a powder keg for chaos. And I remember I used to tell my ex-wife and her family, like, eventually this thing's gonna explode. Now to preserve a lie, look how many lives have been lost.
Yeah,
just to preserve a lie.
100% going on. It's yeah, I'm sure Dave has some thoughts on that. Dave. Dave, but yeah, there's
Wait, thoughts on what? Say it again.
what Lingo's been talking about.
Nah, I didn't hear what he said.
Oh, okay, well, that's all right. But
sorry, I've been ranting. I'm mad.
It's okay. So,
and I found a room I could talk to people who are on the same page.
This is in America. Americans are waking up. They're realizing that
We don't know what page you're on, brother.
I'm
You on
realizing.
page number 10 or 9?
8.5.
8.
Yeah.
I'm just catching up. I was brainwashed for a while, but I'm waking up.
But Lingo, a lot of people, they want to trust their government. They want to trust the major media outlets, that they think that they're acting in good faith. They're presenting information in good faith. They're presenting information that's factual. In reality, they are in certain situations up to no good. And they're trying to justify that when you support public opinion, shift public opinion towards their objectives. They want your support. They want people to question what's happening. So, Americans are working up to, Israel's, the Israeli lobby, the Zionist lobby, is influence. It's disproportionate influence on American politics. And, it's well established. Presidents from John F. Kennedy to Jimmy Carter and others have warned about it. Warned about the Zionist influence in America and the meddling in American politics. So it is they're not our ally. They're not, I wouldn't consider them an ally at all.
Why would you consider them ally?
They're the only people that attacked our military and we did nothing.
But we could have settled truce at that time, right?
No, they attacked one of our Navy ships. They said sorry and it was over.
Yeah. So that means we settled the beef. You and him swinging your brother, and then. Okay. Hey, Dean. I don't
this influence that you're talking about, it's just like a little bit, right? It's like the same influence that Saudi Arabia has.
Oh no! Zephyr. I'm sorry. If you're
The rabbit hole's deep, bro.
Oh, it's deep.
No.
Go ahead, tell me. Where is it deep?
Zephyr,
4chan or
Zephyr,
Reddit?
Go lingo. If you want to, I'm gonna take a snack right now when I hear lingo. Try to. Zephyr,
Let's see.
You can't compare Saudi Arabia and Israel's influence on.
Yeah, no, Israel. This is the United States of Israel, brother.
Yeah, can you prove that, or is it just 4chan? Can you prove?
Of course. Do you pay taxes?
Yes.
A lot of your tax dollars go to Israel.
Wait.
Let's see. We fund their healthcare, and this is like, there's conspiracy theorists just throwing stuff around, but let's fuck the micro. Let's go to the macro. The amount of weapons that we provide the state. It's not a country, it's a state. It's our 52nd state.
Okay. Is Jordan our 57th state? Is Ukraine our 57th state?
Nah.
What about Ukraine?
All right,
No,
hang on a second. Zephyr,
Just a conspiracy.
hang on a second, So, Zephyr, what's the budget for the APAC, annually?
Wait, why is that relevant?
It's relevant.
No, it's relevant. Why? Can you just explain it?
Because of we're talking about the influence. Which country has more influence, Saudi Arabia versus Israel on America?
Israel.
I mean, they both have
No,
influence.
we're comparing the amount of money. So can you please tell us what is the amount of money APAC usually has?
Oh, do you think influence is only correlated with money?
No, money does play a role.
No, I didn't say it didn't play a role. I said, is that the only correlation? Like, you can have influence without...
We talk about more stuff, but how much money do you think?
I don't know. Can you pull up the number?
It's over $100 million annually, versus Saudi Arabia over 30 million.
Wait, so they're 1/3?
Yeah.
Okay, do you understand it's a lot of influence?
Yeah, but it's 1/3 is nothing. 100 million, bro. It's just. All right, let's talk about the military aid.
Wait, Afghanistan gets more money. Have you seen the historical top recipe?
No, not the military. Not the military aid. Military aid. Israel is the only country that gets about $3.8 billion every year.
Okay, you're missing out a lot. Right now, Iraq actually gets 23.8 billion historically, as far as U.S. foreign aid.
23 historically since
and
when?
Israel only had 17 billion historically.
We're talking about military aid.
So, yeah,
we're talking about military aid.
Military and security initiatives. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, how much military aid does Iraq get?
Iraq has, through 2001 to 2024, 23 billion, and Israel has got 17 billion. So Iraq has got more.
From what year to what year?
2001 to 2024.
Bro, in 1 year, Israel gets $3.8 billion. Do you understand $3.8 billion? Okay, Lego, hold on.
Are you able to see this?
How many years?
24 years, bro.
24 years. In 10 years, Israel usually gets about 38 billion.
Okay, but are you just going to dismiss?
Did you not know this? It's $3.8 billion per year.
I got you. Are you dismissing the fact that Afghanistan has gotten 3 times that?
Hey, can you please provide that sources?
Yeah, I got you. And if this is true, can you stop the Israel anti-Semitism, or y'all gonna stop, or what?
What is anti-Semitism?
What is anti-Semitism? Why are people so quick to say anti-Semitism?
No, hang on a second.
I'm not even talking about Amir. I'm talking about lingo. So look, lingo. You said Israel is controlling America. That's anti-Semitism.
Yeah, the influence it's more stronger from the Israeli side. That's the claim that was made.
Countries have influence on America. That doesn't mean they control America.
But do you know the person that coined the term anti-Semitism?
Wait,
do you know his name was hold on. His name was Wilhelm Marr.
Okay. Wait, why is that relevant?
It's relevant. He was such a Jew hater, he married 3 religious Jewish women. Was he a Jew? Or was he Christian? Or was he a Jew hater?
It doesn't matter. It's anti-Semitism as a concept.
No. Hold on. The word Semitic, right? It's for the Arab folks, right? Just like the land was stolen for the Arabs. I mean, you have the the word that was stolen from the Arabs.
No. Everyone knows.
Okay, so when it gets attacked on the Arabs, what do we do about the Arabs? Are they you being anti-Semitic against the Arabs?
No, the Arabs are Muslim for the most part.
No, they're not all Muslims. They're Christians and Jews.
Muslims. I said they were mainly.
So they're Semitic people.
Yeah, they're Semitic people.
Arabs are mainly Muslim.
Arabs are Semitic people. No, not mainly. Who told you that? You didn't know there's Arab Jews out there?
There are, but they're mainly Muslim.
Did you not know that there was Arab Jews?
I didn't say they're not. There are
Okay,
Jewish
there's Arab Christians.
Wait,
Yes.
Amir, there are Jewish Christians, right?
Jewish Christians?
Yes.
Well, are you they're Arab Christians, not Jewish Christians.
There are Jewish. There are people of Jewish descent who are Christian. What are you talking about?
Oh my God, bro.
Amir,
You
there.
seriously need to get educated.
It's like when Nanzo called me. He asked if I was a Jewish Muslim.
No, but you can't.
Like,
You
yeah.
can be
ethnically
Christian.
Jewish. What's going on?
You can't be. Oh my God.
No, you
Wait, do you
can't.
have an argument, or are you just emotional?
Okay.
But Amir, what's the problem with Jewish Christian? Like you can be
Yeah.
one.
You could be a Jewish Christian. There are Jewish.
Yeah, are you talking about ethnically Jew?
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's a different story.
Wait. Okay,
That's
that's what I said.
But the thing is, Zephyr, the thing is, Israel, if you're born to a Jewish mother, right, and you become an atheist, you're allowed to do, get a birth value. But as soon as you convert to Christianity or Islam, hold on a second, hold on. As soon as you convert to Christianity or Islam, you can't do that. None of the rabbis will sign you up on it.
Okay. It works like that for different religions.
So isn't it racist?
You can be.
So they're denying your Jewish identity.
Amir, you created conditions. What about a Jewish father?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So that's
yeah,
what
but
I'm
still,
saying. Your
again,
logic only works when you pigeonhole it.
No. Same thing. Same thing.
It's okay, Amir.
If you become an atheist Jew,
Anti-Semitism is Jewish. It's a
but
Jewish
if you
term.
become an atheist Jew or you're Jewish, then it's all right. But if as soon as you become a Muslim, no, or Christian, no, they'll deny it.
Can you
None of
guys
the
add me
rabbis
to the
Yes,
next?
John, did you say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say, to be honest, like what you guys are arguing about doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. And the reason why that is if you look at, regardless of how you feel, the direction the world is moving in is one where the West is declining and the West is relevance is going down, right? And because of that, Israel is a parasitic state of the U.S. specifically, and very reliant on the U.S. So as the U.S. declines, so will Israel, right? And this is something that isn't just tied directly to October 7th or whatever, right? Like even far before that, Israel was already having tons of internal issues with their government and whatnot, right? And so if you look at all of the...
Are you Samia?
No. If you actually, no.
Okay.
If you look at all of the major players in the world, like this shift is obvious more than ever before. Like as China dumps all of its U.S. treasuries over the past 25 years, it's directly investing in gold, right? And then we know that the U.S. Dollar is no longer going to be the reserve currency. I mean, you could argue right now that it isn't.
Yeah, this is.
And then also I'm speaking. Also, it's very interesting. I don't know if you guys seen Marco's recent speech. By the way, this isn't Zafir. This isn't something I'm just saying. Like American political scientists acknowledge this. This isn't something that's about opinion or I think this or you think that. This is literally a known thing now at this point. It's no longer theory. So that's just a fact. But also, yeah, I'm telling you the West is in decline.
No,
this is a
name the
known
political
thing.
scientists.
All right, Chomsky is one.
Chomsky, the one in Epstein files.
That has nothing to do with the point, though. You actually need to name.
He's not a political
I'm
economist.
in the middle of speaking.
What the fuck? Do you know what Chomsky is? He's an intellectual, not a political scientist. Oh my god.
Okay. Anyway, Marco Rubio's recent speech at the Munich, the Munich meeting they had, right? It was so obvious what was going on, like the fear. He himself acknowledged what was actually going on with the West, right? And the move that is going to happen in the future is that they're going to try to bring back colonialism, right? So yeah, there's a lot more to delve into, but my point is Israel won't be a problem in the long term. Israel will decline, guys. We're in a turning point in history.
Yeah,
things are shifting.
He's Jewish.
Yeah, she's coping, Amir. That's not actually
This
grounded in
isn't.
truth.
Is the
This
West
isn't
the West
grounded in-
declining economically? Yes or no?
Can
And
you
politically, the
cite
influence.
and what numbers are you looked at? What numbers? Like GDP? What are you looking at?
But has anybody not?
Just say you want the
has
West to
anybody
decline. You
not
can't
said that-
prove that it's declining. You
No,
want
no,
it.
you can. You definitely
Okay, prove
can.
it.
Yeah. That's what she was trying to do.
But we started from influence, right? I wanted Zephyr to concede. Do you concede that Israel is the only country that gets a lot of aid from America?
No, it's over 100
Do
countries.
you want to look it up? Do you want to look it
Yes,
up?
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, let's look it up
Amir.
right now.
Amir, over 100 countries primarily focused on military, economic, and humanitarian aid from the U.S.
Who gets the most
right now
military
in
aid?
Afghanistan historically.
Military aid
Hit.
from America.
Afghanistan.
Let's look it up. Give me a second.
Yeah, and you got to be honest and share it on stage. Or
Yes,
you can't be
yes,
dishonest, bro.
yes, I'm not. Israel receives the most consistent U.S. military aid annually,
You said
totaling around
consistent?
3.8. Israel totaling around $3.8 billion under a 10-year MOU with spikes like $18 billion plus post 2023. Ukraine tops recent totals due to war aid, $65 billion plus since 2022. Israel amount military folk 2024, $6.82 billion. Ukraine $6.51 billion. Jordan $1.74. Egypt $1.38 billion.
Okay.
So where's
Hold on.
Afghanistan?
Hold on.
Where'd you get the Afghanistan?
I give it to you. I give it to you. But one quick question: what is the time link cited for the Israel thing? Because Israel could have just received a lot recently. Because the war.
So Israel, no, it's not because of the war. Every year they have a 10-year MOU that was signed in 2019 or 2018.
So
It was with they have a 10-year deal from 2018 to 2019.
So it's one of the shortest, like, quick loans, basically, for the most part.
No, it's not quick loan. It's a 10, hold on a second. Hold on, Lingo, please hang on a second. Zephyr, do you know that prior to 2018, Israel was the only country, the amount of funding that America was giving, they were the only country that could cash in the aid. Did you know this? They could cash in the aid to use it for their own expenses.
Hey,
none of the countries are allowed to do that.
Hey, can you drop the link that you're looking at?
Okay, sure.
Please, because I'm looking at Ukraine, number one right now. They got $17 billion, and then Israel, and then Jordan.
Here.
Yeah, here. I just
I didn't want to lose my thought. Before I lose my thought, I just want to say, let's go beyond weaponry. Let's go beyond financial aid. Let's look at
the
immigration.
influence.
Do you know
I was
how many
trying to.
Israelis hold dual citizenship in the United States of America, which gives them investment powers? Man, I don't want to. I like listening to you guys. I'm just gonna get mad.
This is conspiracy. You're a conspiracist.
No, it's not a conspiracy. Look at it.
No, I didn't say that.
Israelis
was
hold dual citizenship.
Like,
do you think Jewish people run the world?
No, I'm not anti-Semitic. Stop trying to point me.
Well, you said
stop trying to paint me
control
anti-Semitic. No, I said Israelis hold dual citizenship. A lot of them. So go beyond money.
Oh, okay.
Go beyond
Mexicans do
Let's
too.
talk about immigration.
Yeah, Mexicans do too. Chinese people too.
Zafar, are you in the military?
I think you're missing my point, bro.
By association.
I guess it's mostly because of the pedophilia, right?
I put the link in the chat for you.
Where is it? World
Check it out.
population?
And search for Israel. And it will give you the total.
It should show it.
Yeah, you have to scroll all the way down. It gives you the total number. Yeah, search for Israel. It'll give you the total number
How
because.
about you just look at this link I posted? Do you see it?
Okay.
Is it?
I just gave you the link.
Yeah, no. Do you see the link I posted? Tell me what that
Let me
says.
see if I can copy it.
No, you can just click on it. You'll see it.
I'm using Android, bro.
Come on, man. Ain't no difference, bro. You can click the link in the chat.
Zephyr, there's differences between Androids and iPhones.
Nah, I know that, but Androids and iPhones both can click links in the chat.
No, not on the Android. You can't.
Huh? Oh, you can't click the link? Oh, shit.
This app, after the update, they messed it up. So every time I try to copy, it just freezes up on me for some reason.
Hey Dean, I know you saw that bad All-Star game, bro. Well, the All-Star game was straight with the All-Star weekend.
Oh man, it needs fixing.
Yeah, they need to bring that 1v1 on, man. King of the quarters.
Yeah, they need a one-on-one, and they got that dunk contest was fucking stupid.
It's because everybody athletic now. It's hard. Everybody too athletic, and they doing that in the game now.
Yeah.
Well, I would even then. You look back. I mean, I still look at that. You look at Vince Carter. You look at like Aaron Gordon. You look at like some of the greats who have been dunking in these contests. I think just they did it a little more athletically and a little more like the way that it was more skilled, like more polished. Their dunks were more refined. It's underwhelming. Also, I think they should go back to like having two captains. It doesn't have to necessarily be so much, but two captains, and they pick players, and they just play a regular game, and they put a big cash prize. You gotta give them some more incentive. Don't just give them but I think it was $150,000 for each one-on-one.
Well, you know what would be dope, Dean? You get two captains, and then you have a bunch, the players, and you know how like when you play pickup on a court, yo, I got him, and then you go, all right, I got him, like back and forth.
Yeah.
Crazy, because you don't know what you're gonna get.
But you're right, one-on-one would be definitely interesting.
Captains.
No, but did they do it like that, playground style? They didn't do that. They had them set already. One-on-one would be crazy, and that method of picking up players.
Did you read your link, bro? It literally says number 2 ranked Israel.
Yeah, number 2, right?
Number 1 is Ukraine.
Wait, number 2, right?
But it's not true because Ukraine got it because of the war. Otherwise, it's number 1. Israel is number 1.
What do you think Israel got theirs for?
Right here, look. I'm reading it right now.
Why did Israel receive their funding?
But they get it anyways. It doesn't matter. Since they have an MOU since 2018. No, they have an MOU since 2018. They didn't start right now.
Hey, Amir, did you see this link too? The second one?
Let me give you the link. I think
the second one.
Copy and paste
Afghanistan, bro.
Afghanistan ain't getting shit, bro. I don't know if you're.
Bro, they received over 150 billion. Click the link. You gonna see this?
I'll give you my link. Make sure you click on it, okay?
Yeah, but I did. I tried to find it, but look, $150 billion. Can you explain Afghanistan getting 150 billion? Like, are y'all not upset about that?
Okay. What year was it, and how long? How many years?
20 years. This is 2 decades.
20 years. Okay.
This is crazy, right? Like, can y'all be consistent or?
Let me see. Where's it?
The second link I posted, bro.
I
put your name there, but it's right above the Arabic letters from Irani.
US already had boots on ground in Afghanistan. What do you think? They would not do it?
My point is that people start understanding the reason and nuance when it comes to other countries, not Israel.
No, you don't have to understand anything. It's very clear. I don't know. And why are we even discussing it? If it's in the second position, why are we even discussing it? The point is that they're paying them. For what? Killing Palestinians? That's what the aid is used for?
Well, it says Israel again. In fiscal year 2024, the most recent fully reported year, Israel received $6.82 billion, the most of any country.
Wait, you're looking at my link, right? USA Facts?
Yeah, I went to usfacts.org.
Yeah, did you see the 150 bill?
Yeah, but scroll down, you see the updated quote, it's $6.82 billion.
Did you see the reason?
Yeah, but the thing is, bro, hold on a second. It says Israel, Ukraine, and Jordan.
Wait, did you not?
Where's Afghanistan? Where's Afghanistan? 1.50, okay. The top 8 receiving countries from 2001 to 2024. Let's compare it.
I mean, you just have to concede, bro. Just concede.
No. It's not true.
It is true. They've received the most funding in Afghanistan.
Okay. Are you talking about the military aid or is it a foreign aid? What does this aid include?
So it's like economic, military. It's a mix of things.
Are you talking about the humanitarian aid or are you talking about military? I'm talking about military aid. You see, you're mixing the two now. I'm talking about military aid, but what you did is you put everything in one.
1 second. I'll read you a citation. Give me a second.
Yeah, look for the military aid.
Oh yeah, so it's still Afghanistan. So if you scroll down, Israel was second, but Afghanistan was first. So they got 4.1 bill. Israel got 3.7.
Let's
If you click on here, I'll drop the link specifically. It's on the same thing, but it's a different page. You gotta click on.
So is this military aid for the U.S. soldiers or those Fedayins? Who are they giving this military aid to? But over here, they're giving this military aid to the IDF that we know. So whom are they utilizing?
Of course, they're gonna support the
Okay.
They're gonna support the military. I mean, that's a different thing. You're arguing ethical issues. That's different. Hey, Charlie, are you Palestinian? Oh my God. I think both sides kind of have like a thing where they have like people who just like dismiss facts. You can kind of support certain things, so I dismiss them.
yeah, but the thing is,
It's just dismissing shit.
but you're mixing the two.
No,
The Afghanistan aid. Hold on a second. The Afghanistan. Do you know why the Afghanistan got this much aid? It was because of the reconstruction. How they fucking blown it into pieces. You agree?
Wait, can you prove that?
Yeah, I'll put the link in the chat.
Yeah, prove that.
And I just looked it up. Afghanistan, $145 billion, reconstruction and humanitarian aid. That had nothing to do with fucking military aid.
Hey, real quick, why is Israel receiving funding?
Israel received military funding.
No,
That's military aid.
Under your view, why?
For the military, so that they can buy weaponry from America.
Wait, what does this have to do with running America?
What does that? The influence that AIPAC has on America, they spend over $100 billion annually, versus Saudi Arabia only spends, over $30 billion.
And
Which one spends more money on influence?
Well, how are they getting this money? They're getting
Okay.
this money.
Wait, you wouldn't say Afghanistan runs America.
Hang on a second. How many people in the Congress are pro-Israel?
Well,
Oh, nobody can tell.
I'll give you example. I'll give you example. So in 2024 or 2025, the UN hinted to the officers that we should downgrade the status of Israel. 105 Congress members, they wrote a letter to the UN. They said, if you do that, we will, take away the funding from the UN. Because they kept on condemning the actions of Israel on what they're doing to the Palestinians. 105, that's a pretty large fucking number. So again, the question is, which one has more influence? You have people in the Congress, right? They're working, literally, they're being lobbied by AIPAC and other Zionist lobbies. There's over 20 Zionist Jewish lobbies and non-Jewish Zionist lobbies, like Evangelical Christian Movement, and a whole bunch of other people are doing what they're doing, for support of Zionism. And Evangelical is pretty big in America. It's over 50 million. So my question again to you: who has the more influence effort in America? Who can get the rules changed? It's actually Israel. The people that support Zionism.
You just kind of like started grabbing things from mixed amount of ideas.
No, I'm giving you the facts.
Hold on. Do you agree this military funding doesn't prove that?
Okay.
Does that prove
it's
that?
not just a military. I gave you influence.
So you have to bring us something separate, right?
I gave you influence. I told you we were comparing Saudi Arabia versus Israel. Which one has more influence? Early on, remember Lingo brought up the you brought up Saudi Arabia.
No. My main point was that there are other countries that have just the same amount of influence, bro. That's it. And then I started bringing up other countries. It's not mainly about Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm. So Saudi Arabia is just
one example.
Plus, Saudi Arabia, the lobbying is actually registered as a foreign entity. So there's a lot of rules and regulation when it's registered as a foreign lobbying group versus local lobbying group. The AIPAC is registered as local lobbying group. So you see what I'm saying? So you have less restrictions because it's local versus foreign. This is why they're not allowed to spend a lot of money. This is why there's a lot of rules and regulations on this lobbying group. You should look into it, man. AIPAC, you would hear pretty much in every room. AIPAC and other Zionist lobbies, they play a pretty large role.
APAC is a lot of politicians funded.
Even that chick, Abby, on this app, she works for the APAC. You heard about it? She's got a plus symbol. You seen her around? She's a Zionist.
Oh shit.
You seen her? Dave, you know what I'm talking about, right? Abby?
Nah, I've been seeing her, but
She's an old lady, ABBI. And she owns a $30 million house or $25 million house.
oh shit.
Yeah, she's on this
Oh
app.
my God, you should see up this way, Brookline, Massachusetts. These people are sitting lovely.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess y'all want to cut off aid to everybody.
No, it's not about the aid. The problem, forget the aid. We're talking about influence first.
Hey Amir, so I've been looking. Hey Amir, are you against the Saudi Arabia lobby group? Because they've been swaying a lot right now. They're like Saudi Arabia and Armenian Assembly of America. Are you against them?
Okay. Saudi Arabia is doing what against Armenia?
They've been securing U.S. weapon deals, regional favors, and offer ranking amongst the highest foreign spenders.
You don't think, Zephyr, that when Saudi Arabia says we're going to invest $10 trillion into American economy, they already have influence just by investing money? What does Israel do? Israel doesn't invest money in American economy.
Oh shit! Wait, you think
You know
think
this?
Saudi
You know
puts
this?
in
We
more-
know this.
Hold on. Just to be clear, you think Saudi puts in more money in the American economy than Israel?
Way more money. Go look into it.
Okay, hold on real quick. Give me a second. Let's fact check this.
Israel doesn't fucking invest shit into American economy. All they do is fucking lobby people, and they've been lobbying people for a while, for over 50 years. They lobby they're running this, this illegal business in America.
Well,
They
no,
think
they
they
can.
own America.
They can actually see like a long term ROI. So like just because they're not getting shit right now doesn't mean.
Israeli influence makes individuals wealthy in America. Saudi influence, that's another story. You know, look at what's his name?
America, Saudi Arabia has invested a lot of money into American economy. So has Qatar, and I believe even the UAE. UAE has invested $16 billion into Israeli
Oh
economy.
well, I mean Saudi
Well, the
investments
Gulf
just because
Corporation Council
they have a
functions.
political.
Do you know in UAE has invested $16 billion into
Understand,
Israeli
they have a
economy?
political agenda though. So like it's,
It doesn't matter. If they're investing so
don't you
much
prefer
money.
that? Wait, wouldn't you prefer that Israel doesn't if they don't want like a political agenda?
Do you know that the foreign policy of America depends on Israeli foreign policy? Did you know this?
Wait, can you like get clear on that? What are you saying?
Oh, okay, just ask ChatGPT. I know you're using ChatGPT.
Wait,
Does
I'm
America-
using Google, bro.
Oh, you're using Google. Do you use Gemini?
Nah, it's so it's like Google overview, and then I get the citation from that.
Okay, all right, cool. So just ask, does American foreign policy, when it comes down to the Middle East, what is a threat, what is not a threat, does American foreign policy depend on Israeli foreign policy? And it will tell you yes.
Hey,
I was in a shock when I found out about this, like a couple weeks ago.
hey, Amir, be honest. Are you getting paid, bro?
Huh?
Are you getting paid?
Oh my God.
Not like Amir. Like I'm asking.
This is the conclusion. This is
See, when I debunk the claims,
No,
it's like, you
wait,
getting paid?
it wasn't a debunking of a claim right now. But hey,
Amir's is a college professor, and I think Zafir is like a community leader. You guys are professionals. I like hearing you guys go at it.
I'm crying. No, we just chilling online. We just online. Hey, Amir, are you? Hey, genuinely, bro, are you like getting paid? It ain't that many people.
Why would I be getting paid?
Oh yeah, you getting paid.
Do you want to pay me?
I see what's going
You can
on.
buy me a coffee up there if you want to pay me.
Hey, Amir, I'm gonna tell you, bro. Somebody was like, Hamas is paying Amir. I think it's another org. I don't think it's Hamas, but I do think you get paid.
Yeah, Shai thinks I get paid by Iran or Qatar.
No,
I know Shai hangs out with you guys, right? He's a Zionist, by the way.
Yeah, it's honest. But I think, I don't know, man. I think you're getting a little paid, though. It's all right. Why don't you, hey, why you gotta hide the fact of, like, if you're getting paid by it, it's okay.
I wish I was getting paid. I wish.
Wait, so you doing all this for free?
It's for free because I care about the kids over there, man.
Nah,
See,
yeah,
that's
it's
where
more
I'm
than-
at. I
more
care
to-
about the next generation, man.
It's more too, bro. Like, or do you be
Once
working?
they
Do you be
have a
working? Wait, do you be working while you on here, then?
yeah, I do. Once they have a two-state solution or whatever, then Then once they have their freedom, then I'm gonna start opening up these rooms.
Do you guys think we're gonna live long enough to see a two-state solution?
Oh, definitely.
2 state, 1 state, whatever happens, bro. I hope they get their freedom.
Not in our lifetime, bro.
Wait, so you're okay with them getting freedom under Israel?
Under Israel. Okay.
That's what the violence.
Not under Israel. I don't think it's in
Against the
Israel.
women and children.
Yeah, I don't think it's under Israel's hand anymore. It's I think America is running the show. I think.
Hey, why doesn't Jordan bring in Palestinians?
Jordan did bring in Palestinians, but the thing is, Jordan, if they do allow Jordan into the Palestinians, first of all, they don't want to leave, a lot of them. But if they do leave to Jordan, they want to come back. So would Israel allow them to come back? The answer is no.
Obviously not.
Well,
There
you
was a
guys
policy
gotta also think
1980s.
about this. We
There was
bought Jordan.
Yeah, hang on. There was a policy 1980s. You can look this up. 1980s and 1990s, where anybody that left Gaza or the West Bank, they would not be allowed back into Gaza anymore. If they left for good, like for the past 3 months or something, or 6 months.
Can I ask you questions after? You should listen.
Yeah, ask one.
With everything that is happening, I guess, it's already fucking live, from the last, like, 2.5 fucking years, right? And you can see what is happening. And, what motivates people like you to do whatever you're doing?
What is that?
You see every fucking thing, it's live, as I've already said. So what motivates, people like you to do whatever you're doing?
Wait, what is it I'm doing?
Come on, not with those merry-go-round circle questions, please.
I'm just not.
Honest, you guys can never be honest.
Devil's advocate. He's talking about you playing devil's advocate.
Devil's advocate. Okay, so I'll be clear. What I did was just push back on the idea that basically America is secretly ran by Jewish people and they get to influence our policies. How's that crazy? What's wrong with that?
You cannot even deny it, right? You cannot
See,
even deny it.
you want me to believe that?
Yeah, you cannot even deny it.
I'm ready. Y'all not see how crazy this is? He's like, you're denying that.
But the numbers are there, You try BlackRock, you try State Street, you try any company, and you just see the numbers. You don't have to
Wait, you got the numbers?
Everybody, I guess mostly everybody has, that idea.
Just look at how much APAC donates. We've been telling you.
Wait, and you think
You've been playing
APAC?
with us.
Wait, you think
recently when Marco Rubio was talking about that colonialism thing, we got to know that who was funding Marco Rubio. It was not only APAC, but a couple of Zionist billionaires.
Okay, wait, okay.
Yes.
Wait, you think the Zionist billionaires mean that they secretly run things?
Not
They're billionaires from different ethnic backgrounds, bro. Like, what you don't even realize how irrational this idea is.
I guess no, I don't think so. I guess
Bro, you're trying to tell me that I'm crazy for not pushing back on the idea that Jewish people.
I tell you how. It is late in the 50s when the Shah was there, the Iranian Shah. And in an interview, Iranian Shah is talking about the influence of Israelis in American politics. Do you remember the year? And still we're talking about the same fucking thing. He said it on live TV. The influence of Israelis late back then. Do you not think it has increased somehow? Or is it on the declining phase?
I don't know. But I think it's more reasonable to suspect that multiple nations have influence over America, and really Americans control America, bro. Not Jewish people. Not Zionists.
Not Zionists, it's not all Jewish people, right?
You know what you're saying, Zionists. You think Zionists control America, right?
Yeah, I guess there are so many people that are controlling.
Do you think Zionists got Trump in chair? Wait, chair, Charlie, do you think that Zionists got Trump in chair?
No, that is not even the point.
Okay, so they don't control who even the head of the chair is, right?
I've already told you. I've already said that's what my question was. That why this fucking behavior? Why are you doing it when you know everything?
No,
Just going many round with your fucking question. It's not making any sense, man.
well, it does make sense. It makes sense to push back on anti-Semitism, bro. It makes sense.
Fuck, man. I don't know how many more years are you going to milk that cow, because it's already fucking dry, that anti-Semitic cow, right?
Hey, Charlie. Okay, I know you're not Palestinian here in the accent. What are you? I'm curious. What's your ethnic background?
Why is this so fucking important? That who am I?
It gives me context on a person's ideas. I can come from their vantage point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like an Zionist tactic to figure out things?
Bro, I'm not a Zionist. I don't care about Zionism too much.
I was just curious, man.
I don't really give a fuck about it. Like, if I cared about it, I would be, but I don't care.
Oh.
Yeah. I
Have
don't.
you heard anything that Amal is getting paid somehow?
No.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, Charlie, are you Arab?
I cannot conclude. But it's not even relevant, so I'm not going to answer it.
Okay, so you can ask questions, but then when someone else asks questions, it's like,
Nothing was personal, right? It was not personal.
I mean, wait, our beliefs are personal.
I hope they are.
Okay, so y'all just want people, I guess, pro-Palestinian side to be like, oh, well, Zionists are controlling.
No, I just prove humanity more than prove Palestine.
Nah. You can't get me with that. Using terms like that is kind of just, I think those terms are virtue signaling, not actually grounded.
Yeah, maybe because of people like you, but definitely it will happen in the future.
Wait, you think people who aren't just like extremely pro-Palestine are like not human, pro-human?
I already told you that it was not about being pro-Palestinian, right? That you had to do it.
Okay.
But you cannot win this game, man. You cannot go. Okay, fine, whatever.
No worries, my guy.
All right, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna move you guys forward. What do you think is the right direction? This geopolitical madness that's taking place in every region around the globe. How do we move forward? How do we bring back civility in these? Who's the Gorbachev of this generation?
It is already, somebody has already said it, I guess, the great Henry Ford.
Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah, he's already said it. The great Henry Ford said that remove 50 top billionaire Jews from whatever they're doing, and the world will be a better place. Zionist Jews here. He's already said that, not me. Let me quote him.
Wow.
Yes. So that will make the world a better place. I'm not sure if he was right or wrong, but that's what he said.
I miss this whole chaos because we can't put all the blame on Jews and Israel. Everyone's complicit to this chaos, these crimes, this madness.
Yeah, we need more people to be grounded in liberalism.
Yes, they are. You're
Fuck
absolutely right.
liberalism.
You see, that's the issue.
Yeah, I guess fuck liberalism. Why not?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
fuck liberalism, fuck democracy.
You see, like, you don't believe in freedom. So that's why people are dying.
Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say that.
No, I'm saying if you don't
in my
believe
life,
no, I'll tell you.
Lost a lot of guys thinking I was bringing democracy and freedom.
No, but
we fucked up.
But the only way to have a free society is democracy.
Bullshit.
So if you're anti-democracy, you're anti-free.
No, I'm not anti-democracy, nothing. Democracy works in modern societies and European-dominated spaces. It doesn't work in other spaces.
That's
Democracy
racism.
was a failure in Afghanistan. It's a fucking failure in Haiti. It's a failure in Iraq.
That's racism.
What?
It's racist.
Yeah, why you guys like to throw on this racism word? I hate that word. I'm starting to hate it as much as I hate anti-Semitic. Because I feel like
do you hate Zionism? I hate Zionists. I hate that too.
I don't know a lot about Zionism. I don't know a lot about it. I don't know what it is. No one wants to talk about it. No one wants to talk about what is a Zionist.
You said no one wants to talk about Zionism. That's all people talk about.
Nah, people are negative when they talk about Zionism from an educational standpoint. Break it down. What is a Zionist? And I don't want to textbook bullshit. What is the Zionist creed?
One who believes in sacred land for Israel.
No, I guess some
For
people
Jews.
is a radical. No, he's a radical. They have nothing to do with Jews, right? Not mostly.
The Jews don't like Zionists.
Yeah, they're milking
The Jewish I
that
met,
part.
the nice Jewish people, folks I met up the street, they don't like Zionists.
Well, most Jews believe in Zionism. Statistically.
Okay, can you share something?
Yeah, hold on. Percentage of Jews that believe in Zionism. I'll tell you the number. Give me 1 second.
And I'm not yelling, this is just how I talk. I have a blue.
Nah, you're good, you're good. I understand what passion is. 65% identify with Zionism.
But living all over the world or only in Israel?
So this is for the U.S. Okay. Give me 1 second. Only 30% in America rejected. 30%. 88% American Jews believe in Zionism. Israel has the right to exist as a Jewish democratic state. Yeah. So 88.
So now do you understand the influence? Come on.
Does Israel have a constitution?
You fell in that trap.
I want to see the Israeli constitution.
You have to acknowledge it. You fell in that trap. Come on.
Yeah, Charlie, you're a funny man. You're a funny man. I value humor. Always. Hey, Lizzo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is how it happens.
Hey, lingo. But I was just gonna say, the issue that we see as far as society's ills is that people don't believe in let people live and shit like that. That's mainly the problem. We need people to get accord with democracy and liberalism.
But how do we stop society's decline?
That's how we do it. We have to get every government and nation representative to agree on democracy and liberalism. If they don't, they're just going to keep being antagonistic.
Yeah, but how? Okay. You love this democracy thing, but look at how democracy's been manipulated. Look at Haiti.
Well, Haiti is like that for external reasons, not internal. It's not democracy.
I agree.
Look at Afghanistan. Democracy. The president
They're not democratic.
Afghanistan ran away from Afghanistan.
Wait, they're not democratic. Afghanistan is not democratic.
They tried to bring democracy to Afghanistan. It failed.
No,
They tried to. Look at Haiti. Okay, let's go back in time. Our first democratically elected individual. Look what happened.
No, I guess if the West cared about democracy, the first target would have been Saudi Arabia. Come on, go fucking hit it, man. What are you doing?
Are you crazy? Hey, man, don't talk like that. They'll never.
No.
See,
You
can't force democracy on Saudi Arabia.
I guess there is no democracy in Saudi Arabia, right?
They
If
can't.
it's about democracy.
Nah, there's not democracy in Saudi Arabia.
No.
But Saudi Arabia is democratizing over time. They will soon be.
Okay,
They're becoming more Western too.
Oh, come on, man. This is
The monarchy system that exists in Saudi Arabia, it works.
Well, not really. There's still pitfalls, right? There's society as far as human flourishing and happiness.
The West is invading most of those Middle Eastern countries because they want to give freedom to women and whatnot. But in 2023, in 2023, Saudi Arabia has given license to women to drive. In 2023.
That's because of America.
Why are they not concerned about the women in Saudi Arabia?
Wait, that's because of America, though. America is pushing.
Well, America gets sanctioned
so
on
hard
Saudi Arabia.
In 2023.
They control the oil.
Oh, come on.
I can't force you to do what I want when you control what I need. It's like a drug addict. A drug addict that can afford their habits, you can't force them to suck dick. A drug addict that can't afford their habits, if you tell them suck dick for cocaine, they'll do it. It's a fucked up analogy, but that's what it is. We're bitches for oil in the West.
The oil bitches.
I like that. Sorry, I'm not trying to be a prick. I'm just a realist, man. But the world needs to get better, and I feel like sharp minds like you guys shouldn't be bickering about bullshit. And like, how do we fix this? No one knows how to fix this, not even the people in academia. Donald Trump, everyone's scared of Donald Trump. A president of the United States has absolute power. We don't. The United States is not we don't have dictators. It's not designed for that. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're in an ugly time, and I feel like if people don't wake up and just use their intellect, now, sorry guys, I'm sorry. I've been working all day. I'm annoyed. I've been reading a lot of news. The news is lying. The media, everyone's lying. The politicians are lying. We need solutions. Real solutions. No more finger pointing, no more blaming. We need real world solutions because they cannot continue like this. We're at the brink of fucking nuclear holocaust. And it's the harsh reality. Do we want to see cadavers or do we want to see solutions? But I don't know. You guys are younger, man. I think you guys need to come up with the solutions. See, I'm old. I'm about to be 40, so I'm good. I'm on my way to a death sentence. So like, I'm good. I'm like 10 years away from a casket. But especially if you have kids, you gotta figure this shit out. You have no choice. You're either gonna go to war or you're gonna die. Pick your poison.
The point is that do we have that liberty to go to war? I don't think so. We do.
What? Everybody's gonna get conscripted by their government. Modern warfare, especially missile wars, drone wars, the type of nuclear, biological, chemical, and if someone decides to start using tactical nukes, I would imagine Vladimir Putin's going to be the first one to use it, or the Europeans. Sorry I'm talking like this. I don't give a fuck anyways. They kill me, or well, if they jail me, so what? But, or if they make me look crazy, I don't care. I would imagine Vladimir Putin is going to be the first one to use tactical. You're not going to have a liberty to go to war. You're going to have to go to war. Everyone's going to have to go to war. This is where we're at. Luckily, right now, everybody's just Twitter fingers fighting on the internet, thank God. But eventually, it's going to evolve beyond that. And we're looking at it. Look at the posture. Look at everybody's look at all these individual nations' postures. Look at the BRICS countries versus G7. Focus on the straight oil movement. Look at what's happening in Latin America, we're right back to the freaking 70s or worse. Like, those people didn't have Twitter and all that stuff, and they stopped the Cold War, and we're bitching. And we can't stand up to one guy. You know how pathetic that is? That's just my rant. The disregarded. Where's Amir?
Hey, what's up, Faya? How you doing today? Welcome, everybody.
Hi,
Assalamu alaikum.
Hi everyone. Walaikum
What you been up to? Where you been? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay, thanks. And you?
Doing okay. Check your messages. I was kind of worried.
No.
That's you know.
How's your canceling?
We have to do attendance check. You know, every day we have a checklist. Who comes in, who doesn't come out. You know, who doesn't come. I have to put a check mark on it.
How's the counseling going, Amir? Did you manage to cancel anyone today?
Cancel anyone? No, I haven't canceled anyone yet. There's a fresh new. Did you see Norm Resistant running after Norm?
Oh, well, I know that he was basically become a pet, like an Epstein supporter. That's all I know.
Fresh new video came out. Look, check this out. Resistance chasing after Norm. Here. Rolf, check this video out as well. You know, Resistance running after Norm. It's in the chat. You guys will enjoy it. It's only 30 seconds long. A normal, you know, Resistance is. I actually unblocked him today, right? I want to see Norm and Resistance coming back in here. I know I got cursed multiple times, but Faya, please try to refrain from engaging with Resistance. He's very, very crazy. He's got a disgusting mouth on him.
Who's Resistance?
He's pro-Pali, right? He's very pro-Pali, and he goes after Norm. It's a shouting match between him and Norm.
Okay.
So if Norm comes in, I want to see this content happen, because you know what ended up happening? My room, for some reason, I don't know why, some people, I condemn it, but you know, it kind of promotes violence. So in New York, downtown Manhattan or whatever, Resistance was shouting on top of his lungs in this room. Norm was here, and he's telling Norm, "Pull up here, I'm here." And then Norm is in the downtown as well. He's like, "I'm here," and they're shouting at each other. I'm like, motherfucker. It lasted for about an hour, and they couldn't find each other. They were both blaming each other. But Norm, I think he even called the cops because he got scared. Because Resistance, what he did at one of the protests, I think some guy, I think, touched pro-Pali person at the protest, and he punched the guy out. He punched a Zionist, right? And he got, you know, he was arrested. And guess what? He was arrested, and he was taken in, and he hired a Jewish lawyer to beat the case, and he won the case. It was in self-defense. And Norm is bothered, and he even doxed himself on this app. Norm is bothered since then that this idiot, how could he punch a fucking Zionist and get away with it? You see what I'm saying? And that guy, the way he shouts, I think he could beat up a person really good. Like, he could beat up Norm like crazy, and he's tall as well. Did you check out the video, sir? This video? Make sure if you see Norm in any of the rooms, give it to him. Tell him, "Oh, what you doing in this video? Resistance are chasing after you, huh?"
Wow.
You seen it? Did you watch it?
There's a content creations going on in here apparently, but look,
Did you like it? Oh my god. Yep. I found out a way, how to do it, and you're gonna be seeing more of these things, there's no word yet. Norm was here earlier today, Rolf, and he was in the audience. He was barking like he does all the time. He got triggered because of the two videos. One defending Epstein. Soren, you heard he was defending Epstein, right? You have that video? I'll put it in the chat if you.
yeah, yes, I did actually. Yes, I was. If you can do it again, I haven't got it in my favorites. So.
Right here. Yeah, you can save it in your YouTube list. Here. I'll put the link in the defending Epstein. This resistance running after Norm. After I uploaded, within 4 hours, it got over 150 views. Now it has like 300 to 400 views. Like it's only been 24 hours, or less than 24 hours. People are liking it's short of Norm running away. It's crazy. Yep. And he was, what happened to Zephyr? He ran away? You liked it, huh? Rolf, did you like it? I'll tell you, I'll text you in the back channel. Because I can't share the things, Because if I share it, then everybody's going to start abusing the shit out of it, then I'm going to lose that.
Everybody, any kid that's well mine knows how to use this AI shit. It's fucking so easy. Timing out. Whatever. Not this,
sure.
But it's great. You did a good job.
I'll give you the name. Let me give you the name. Okay.
I mean, I'm familiar with all the best ones. VO3, C Dance, amazing new one, clean, 2 point, blah, blah. They're all good. And it's Grok, of course.
Are you, do you know Sora?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Sora's a good
That's it right there.
Ah, nice. Yeah, very good. Actually, we talked about Sora a while ago, didn't we?
I think we did, but what influenced me is it was we talked about it for maybe a small period of time, whatever.
Yeah.
I watched John Kitover's video this morning. He streams all the rooms, right? My room, people's rooms. So he was promoting the idea. He said, go on. So he was telling people in the room, one of the rooms, go on that, go on Sora and give him a like and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what is this? So I downloaded, I went over there. I'm like, okay, what is this about? I'm playing with it for a little bit, and I realized I could do so much shit with this thing.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do it with Netanyahu.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them won't let you use.
It wouldn't let me do Netanyahu.
Yeah, some of them won't let you use politicians. It's annoying.
You can do it, but you have to upload the picture.
You have to what?
But then you have to upload the picture. So you can't say that it's a politician. You have to upload your own picture.
Yeah.
And then you got I don't know. I haven't tried adding sound to it.
Yeah, some have sound built in now. VO3 and they have sound built in automatically. But it's easy to add sound in CapCut, for example. It's really cheap, free editor. You just bring in your own audio. Yeah.
Right.
So, I don't know how many people here are aware of the weird background that El Norma has. That was kind of mind-blowing when I was told his background. Working with USAID and being involved in the creation of the media after Bosnia, after the Bosnia War.
Yeah, he was active in Al Gore. He got some sort of funding from Al Gore Foundation.
I didn't hear about that. That's new information as well. You know, it's very creepy that he's rubbing shoulders with those kind of people, and he's got a picture of himself with Epstein. I mean, these things, they go hand in glove. The way Epstein is an influencer, that's what his career was, going around the world meeting important people, politicians, industry figures, and trying to influence them, coerce them, bribe them, blackmail them. That was his job. And that's what El Normo did when he went to Bosnia, helped shaping the future of that country. Same job description as Epstein, basically. Well, it's in a similar vein, very similar. And then his wife, somebody said she was in the Epstein files, but she's not. But she did projects that were interesting. One was in cooperation with the White House, and one was a film about gay Muslims, of all things. She's right up El Normo's alley. So yeah, what a weird couple they turned out to be.
Do you think the reason that he's supporting Jeffrey Epstein is because he's from the same tribe?
Yeah, well, more than that, I think he's connected into that network, and he's had direct contact with Epstein, and he may be connected in with the Hollywood aspect. He is something of a Hollywood guy, and that potentially plugs into a whole network of Zionists within Hollywood, famously. I mean, 60% of their management are of a certain persuasion, let's put it that way. And that would include potentially people like Harvey Weinstein. I looked up the films, and none of them were directly connected to Weinstein that I can tell. So maybe never had any dealings with him whatsoever. But there are lots of Weinsteins in Hollywood, places run by people like that. And Epstein would have been all over Hollywood, of course. Celebrity and influence, they all go together.
But do you think it's mainly about just, meeting their sexual deviancy, or is it just more like a sort of ritual cult that they were engaging?
Me, I believe it's primarily political influence. I believe it was a covert, massive political influence operation by means of various techniques. Money to bribe people, giving favors. Oh, come and hang out in my wonderful mansion. Come and join the party. Hang out with the elites, currying favor. And in some cases, blackmail where needed. I don't think blackmail is needed very often, but I think it is a carrot and stick operation. You can have the carrot. If you play along, you get access to celebrity, important political figures. You might even meet royalty if you're lucky. All this shit, come to our and hang out, be part of the VIP club. And if you don't play along, we got pictures of you doing dirty shit with underage girls. So be nice, play along. And, people pointed out that all the leaders of the world are basically there because they were willing to compromise themselves and become trapped in this situation. That's why all of them go along with the program. Why do all the European leaders, without fail, completely toe the American and Zionist line on every single policy? And you look at them before they reached that position, they had a completely different view. They were lefties, radicals, pro-Europe, pro-democracy, and then they suddenly become the complete opposite, complete sellout. Where you're in your trap, you're compromised, you better fucking do as we say. You'll get rewarded with riches and fame and a wonderful retirement and everything if you play along. If you don't play along, we'll assange you. That's my opinion of what this is all about. It's all to influence the world in favour of one little country in the Middle East. That's how I look at it. And El Normo is an active participant. He spends his life on here trying to influence people. That's what he does. Trying to influence people to like Israel. His whole life is dedicated to that. And to hate what he perceives as enemies of Israel. That's all he ever does. His life revolves around that one thing. That's my assessment. I could be completely wrong, of course, but that's what it all seems to.
Well, he's not doing a great job supporting kids.
No, he's being incredibly stupid because he's blabbed things that he shouldn't have as well. The fact that he was on this app telling people casually that, oh yeah, it's what USA does, and they were backing my projects and that, so you probably shouldn't have said that.
Oh, hi, Dave.
Oh my God, and Mary. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Are you back with, more Islamophobia to portray?
Hey, what's up, what happened? You guys know each other?
Yeah, is she a troll?
She's just a little kid.
And, she called Coco Islamophobic yesterday.
Me?
I actually
I don't know.
called Coco Islamophobic. I called you and Zephyr Islamophobic.
No, you called Coco Islamophobic.
No, I didn't call her Islamophobic.
Okay, so can I bring her in here?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, we got some drama.
Yeah, we'll be because Coco was actually very upset.
Hey, she can be upset, but I didn't call
Welcome
her
back to Kitover TV, the only evening class where we mix miracles with microwave popcorn. Today's lesson, how the love and intelligence of God can transform the everyday.
And you're starting with a love because I have to go
Asking,
stay.
who's this John Kitover guy? You grew up around animals, you learn respect. 3 bulls out there this morning, noon, and night. I'm climbing on the big one. He's all hey everyone, I'm John Kitover. Welcome to John. Thought I'd have to fight myself. Guess there's a first time for everything. Not bad. Welcome to John Kitover TV. I cover stories about
That's
John Kitover. Believe it, every store clerk in this town keeps calling me. Okay, so the note says, you totally missed it.
Do you want to see how she crashes out on Prince?
Yeah, she's coming right now.
Right? We had 45 minutes.
Dr. Addis is taking responsibility for getting me removed from the ballot. Because the Muslims, they want to play with definitions. Or a magic.
Let's go go ahead and do this.
I just sent that video out.
Did you?
Yeah, keep going.
You have one of it?
Took the gun, okay? More Saudi Arabians in Iraq than I did in Iraq.
What she did was basically they were hiding in
themselves, and they really don't have any grounds.
I was asking questions.
Let me be really
Okay, what's the point of contention in your argument? And what else did I say? I don't know. I just was asking questions. I didn't take any stance. In majority of their conversation, I was quiet. And then at the end, she had blocked Zephyr. Did she block you too, Dave?
No.
Okay. Did she unadd you?
I never had. I just met her yesterday. I never had her added.
Okay, well, I guess she unadded Zephyr and blocked him, and I looked down at my phone and I clicked her profile and I realized she had unadded me too. And I was like, that's weird.
Hey, but how can you tell if somebody blocked you if y'all are in the same room?
I'm not sure. I don't know how he figured that out. But yeah, I just looked down at my phone and she had me unadded and I said, hey, Layla, why did you unadd me? And she said, well, I would say the reason I unadded you, and Ace was there too, by the way. You can ask Ace as a witness as well. I would put you in the same category as Dave and Zephyr after she had just got done calling Zephyr and Dave Islamophobic. And I said, really, you're going to make a claim. You're going to call me I almost said anti-Semitic. You're going to call me Islamophobic. Then you need to, like base your claim. What did I say that was Islamophobic? And she couldn't answer the question because I didn't say anything Islamophobic. And then, basically she was just like, oh, well, you defended them and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I barely participated in the conversation and I was asking questions. I don't know how me asking questions to understand the conversation and debate that you guys are having is me defending anyone, but it's not. And that's also not me being Islamophobic. And then she attacked my identity, or one of her friends, one of the guys that she was agreeing with was attacking my identity. She thought that was funny. So I told her, I was like, you're being dishonest right now. I took screenshots of us going back and forth after the fact of the chat. She didn't write in the chat that when she grouped me in with Dave and Zephyr being Islamophobic, she said that on the stage. But I took screenshots of us going back and forth and me telling her you can't make claims like that. And you basically just telling her to do better. She's being dishonest and you just treated me wrong. But I doubt that. I watched her lie multiple times in that room. So I doubt that she's going to own up to it. She's just dishonest. It's weird.
Yeah, but I don't know if she can't tell black people apart because the people I wasn't even talking. It was Pusha and Zephyr that were talking to her. So I don't know if I got into it because she heard a black voice and she thought, well, it's him, but it wasn't even me talking to her. So
I pinged her in. Let's see if she comes.
Yeah, let's bring her because she has to get better, man. She can't keep living like this.
I don't know, bro. I put the fresh SAR. As for anybody in the space, if you guys want to see Iranian chick, she's a Zionist, Iranian Islamophobic, racist, Persian Jew.
Wait, what did you put there?
Just check it out. Somebody sent me a link on Telegram. It's on the YouTube now. If you guys want to check it out, she crashes out on on Prince.
Here, I'm sending you screenshots right now, Amir, directly to you. And an extra one.
I mean, you don't have to send it to me, Coco. It's just because I'm sorry to say I can't resolve the matter between you and her. Because
no, it's okay. It's okay. I don't. You know what? If she's gonna act the way she does and the way she treated me yesterday, I don't want to be her friend. That's all right. I'll live. It's okay.
So you know her for a while, Coco?
No, I've only known her from your space. So
no, yeah.
I don't really know her like.
Yeah. I pinged her to see if she comes through. I don't know. But anyways, guys, check it out. You're gonna find it entertaining. This is a Persian, Islamophobic, racist, Jew, Zionist, and she crashed out really badly on Prince. Let me share it on Telegram. So she called you Islamophobe in the chat.
She called me Islamophobic on the stage, but I just sent you screenshots of her, like me and her going back and forth after the fact. Because she couldn't back up her claim. I said, okay, what did I say that was Islamophobic? And then when she realized that, oh, she's not being Islamophobic after she just made the claim, it was, well, you defended them. Okay, now you're changing your narrative here. You can't just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I hope it gets resolved between the two of you. Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of it because me and her, we had some beef as well back in the day, but I don't wanna start shit. Let me share it. So Sam Rosen, did he get roasted, Coco? Did he started crying again?
no. He left the room before everybody watched the clip.
Wait. Where did you post it? In a room with him?
You want the Sam Rosen? Let me give it to you.
No, I saw it. Sailor posted it in a room before, but I'm asking, Coco, where'd you post it? Because you said he left the room.
Majority of the people that were in that room are all in a group chat with me, and I sent it to them to the group
No, but I'm saying you said he left the room. What room was it?
room. The one I was just in.
Oh, and then he was in there, and then he left before they watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
I was kind of hoping somebody in the other group chat, after they all watched it, would come drop it in the chat and be like, "Hey Sam, is this you?"
Oh, I thought he left because like someone announced that. Yeah, we're watching it.
No, unfortunately. They're all laughing though. They think they're asking me, was he trolling? I'm like, no, this is a real crush.
So this was his recorded room, by the way. It's on his profile. I put the link in the chat if you guys want to listen to Sam Rosen. He crashes out. He starts crying. I didn't know that chick that he used to do a room with, right? She moved in with him, Zebu.
She's a Muslim. She's a Muslim.
Yeah, whatever she is. But she moved in with him. And because he opens up rooms against Islam or whatever, and she moved in with him. And if you guys listen to the clips, it's pretty interesting. I didn't know that they're in the same room talking on Clubhouse.
Together, but they're talking on Clubhouse together as well.
Yeah, she would mute up so you could hear on Sam Rosen's microphone her background, right? And when she speaks or whatever, and then she'll mute up because Sam Rosen moved in with her.
That's weird.
Yeah, so they're living together now. Yeah, I guess he's not working anymore.
That he's living with?
Yeah, he's living with Zebu, the girl, that chick that he co-mods room with.
Oh, I don't. I just.
Hmm? What did you say?
I don't know her. I don't know her.
But you know Sam Rosen, right? The guy that cried in the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy, it's his partner. He co-mods with him. And apparently he took a flight over there, he moved in with her. It's interesting. You know. But Soren, did you check it out? You see how she crashed out?
It was so funny. Can you play it for the?
You guys want to listen to it? The Roya?
No, Sam's crash out. I haven't heard Roya's crash. They both.
You want to listen to it as well, Fire?
Yeah, why not?
You haven't heard Zionist Jew cry on this app?
No, but I watched the video you posted for, what's her name, Roya.
You watched it? Did she crash out, right? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was crazy. Didn't say anything.
She's racist, man.
And then
She's
she's like,
fucking
I have
racist.
standards. Oh my God.
When she's being racist, it doesn't matter,
cursed
right?
every single curse in the Iranian language and the Farsi language, and then she's like, I have standards.
No, but if she curses out, it's no problem, right? I mean, if she's being racist towards the Arabs, it's no problem. But when a prince comes up the mic and is being racist towards the Jews, she has a problem.
Hypocrite.
Yeah. Oh my God, we got a Persian lawyer in here. I can't believe this. Anyways, sorry, Jason, I can't debate you, bro. I can't tolerate you, man. I'm sorry. I debated a brand new Zionist Jew yesterday, Israeli. They came in here. Same talking points. Same fucking talking points.
So, Amir, where do you stand politically? Are you politically organized, active?
Politically, to be honest with you, I don't really. I'm just spreading awareness. That's all I'm doing, bro. I'm not really involved in the, I mean, I've done a couple of things here and there, but I can't mention too much because there's Zionists that actually want me off this fucking app. You see what I'm saying? So there's always somebody. You see that guy all the way at the bottom with the flower picture, the red flower? Do you see it? Do you see it with the anonymous account?
No, I can't see anonymous account. I don't have.
No. When you refresh it, look all the way at the bottom.
Yeah,
You see that?
they're not.
Yeah. That Anon, that son of a bitch, is John Kitover. And John Kitover, all he does is streams my fucking room to his rooms, and then from his rooms to fucking YouTube. So I can't say, and he's a Zionist scumbag. So I can't say much. He's connected to Norm and a whole bunch of other psychopaths. They're waiting for me to say something private about my life where they can come and, do what they have to do.
Yeah, Norm is a proud intelligence officer. He doesn't hide that about his background. So-called.
You mean Norman Green?
Yeah, he worked.
Do you know that he was defending Epstein for the past 2 weeks?
I wouldn't be surprised. He's a crazy guy.
Yeah, we're gonna listen to the. I think we're gonna listen to Sam Rosen. He's
curious about.
You're on mute. Maybe you got a phone call.
Yeah, I think we're gonna listen to the Sam Rosen. He's an atheist Zionist Jew that actually crashed out and he cried on this app, and it was epic because somebody cornered him on this Israel-Palestine, right? And he was really, really crying. So let's just listen to it. All right, Shafi.
We want to maintain Jewish people's privilege and impunity in being able to just murder anyone who they think represents a security threat to them without thinking about the broader implications about, just human beings in general and whether or not we have rights over other human beings because we feel fucking discomfort. That's the difference, my friend. If you're right here, you're racism. I
really want that. I want to kill Palestinians with impunity. I just love killing people. Jewish people just love killing people with impunity because we're just a bunch of fucking psychos that love hurting people with impunity. And even the tiniest little pinprick of blood on our fingertip, a whole Palestinian village is not worth one single fingertip. That's a plausible psychology of our minds.
Yeah, I think that's true.
It's a good analysis of our minds, Timothy. The real powers of theory of mind going on here.
I actually think it's even worse. I actually think it's worse than I think being denied an ancestral homeland probably causes you less harm in a practical sense than like losing your finger or injuring your finger. And even that, Jewish people think a considerable amount about Jewish people. By the way, I reject this idea of like, all we want to do is live in peace. In fact, something like 70% of the Jewish public went polled right after October 7th. I think some months after October 7th, said that the operation in Gaza, which at the time had killed about 4,000 people, wasn't brutal enough. So this idea that, we just want to live in peace is just bullshit. But also this idea that, it has to be commensurate punishment for the crime. No, it isn't. There is people literally forcibly expropriating land and killing people, right? Because they live on land that they believe was, Jewish people are entitled to because of some fucking book of fucking fairy tales. Because someone shared their last name in the brothers. Okay, this bullshit, they're trying to hyperbolize what I just said. It's like ridiculous. That is just the state of play. And the only reason that upsets you, that people point out, is because you don't think Palestinians and Jewish people are equal. That's it. It's obviously that is the fundamental problem and the root of all this conflict. Jewish people Zionists do not value Palestinians' lives. And then, to be honest, and any non-Jewish life. That's the awkward.
Yeah, you're right. The Jews just don't care about the lives of non-Jews, and that's why they kicked out of 109 countries, and that's why it was right for Hitler to come up and say, get out of our economy and stop meddling with our banking and stop fiddling with our culture, and you're making the culture too effeminate and
this is actually just embarrassing.
Yeah, you're right.
It's so bad. Stop. This is so bad.
You guys just stop bringing up this topic with me. Fucking stop.
Hey, maybe you should get off the internet, Sam. Maybe you should get off the internet for a while because you're just like being a fucking cringe lord.
I think if anyone talks about anything about Israel, I'm just moving you down.
I was just gonna say I think we've exhausted this topic. We're not convincing you. We're just like tearing you apart emotionally. So we can go back to
how more of a Zionist. You're making me not. You're making me understand how little you understand the psychology of a random fucking Zionist. How little you fucking understand my psychology.
I'm gonna cry. Bro, get off the internet, bro. It's not healthy. Let's go leave the situation right now. You're not mentally well.
I think that it would be very nice if the Israelis could live in peace with their neighbors and people didn't try to kill them. I want the settlers out of the West Bank. I want the Gazans to live in peace in Gaza. I want the people in the West Bank to live in peace in the West Bank. I want there to be a happy Palestinian state. I want the Jewish state to be a happy people. I don't want them to fucking fight each other.
It's okay.
I really want you in the world to stop trying to slaughter Jews. I want you to just, when you have the idea of I want to slaughter a Jew, I want you to say, I don't want to do that. I want you to put your fucking gun down and not do that and think of another way to settle the problem. That's what I would like you to do. I don't think that you think, the way we can solve this problem is to slaughter Jews in mass. And I don't think that is a nice thing to say. I don't think that is wise. And I think it's likely going to lead to nuclear war. So I think maybe we should try some other means than mass slaughter of Jews to settle these grievances.
That's a normal human reaction to all of this madness. He's basically, revealing his humanity. Inside, he's completely torn.
But he's only praying for the Jews. He's not. He's not crying for the Palestinians.
It would have been normal if he did that shit.
And he said put down the weapons. Yeah, but did you hear what he said? He said put down the weapons. You know, there's got to be a different way for the, you know, don't stop killing you. The problem is, hang on a second, hang on, Cash, hang on a second. The problem with that is he was crying for his own people, not for the Palestinians that have been butchered and slaughtered, over 70,000, over 20,000 children, right? And this is a big problem we have. It's like selfishness, you know? And he lives in America. He hasn't been to Israel.
The selfishness cuts both ways.
Yeah, but who's killing who? The Jews that live on that land, they're the ones that are killing. Yeah, but Lawan, it's not both ways. The Jews living on that land are killing Palestinians. It's a fact. They have the right to resist according to international law. It's not anti-Semitic.
No, it's denied.
Yeah, so if they're killing...
Okay, you know what? You got it.
No, go on. What you were saying. Go on, what you were saying.
So what I was trying to express had nothing to do with what he said in his justification. It's the reality of the actual suffering that all humans are going through in this process. That even the Israeli people, despite how twisted and sadistic and fucked a lot of their messaging is, you can see the suffering within them. You can see how they're being exploited and how they're being mind fucked. And you see damaged human beings. He's not normal. He's not healthy. That's the only point that I'm just trying to make. Is that is a damaged human being. A victim of war, a victim of oppression, a victim of exploitation, and one who cannot make sense of their reality and is struggling to function in the world. That is the result of what's going on in that region. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
All right. I hear you. But the reality on the ground is it's only one party that's murdering and slaughtering the Palestinians. It's only one party that's occupying the other party. It's only one party that has this apartheid system set up. It's only one party that has 920 checkpoints in the West Bank that controls every aspect, every movement of their life. It's only one party that, you know, that they can't even freaking collect rainwater inside the West Bank, right? And when you look into it more and more, you know, the blockade, the last blockade they had for over 10 years, they wouldn't even allow pasta or noodles or chips or potato chips or whatnot into Gaza. And they were doing calorie counts on people, right? And back in 1980s and 90s, I talked about this earlier, if you were to leave Gaza for over 2 months or 3 months, and you're from Gaza, you're not allowed to return back home. You lose your residency. They could not go past 5 or 7 miles on water. Who's controlling it? Because it's occupied by Israel. And the airspace controlled by Israel. The border crossings controlled by Israel. So if you look into all of this, it's controlled by the Zionist Jews that live on that land. I wish I could say something, you know, different, but it's impossible. That's the reality on the ground. And it's only one party that's doing the fuck up thing.
So, I see next to you says Fawad. They have Free Congo, Free Sudan. You said it's one party doing the thing. Is it that same party doing this in Congo and Sudan? Yes, sir.
Yes, it is.
In Sudan, the RSF they found a whole bunch of weaponry in the hands of RSF that have Israeli and American serial numbers on it. UAE is involved in Sudan with the RSF that has butchered and slaughtered over 200,000 people. Over 10 million people have been displaced in Sudan. And, you have the areas occupied by this RSF, entity. And there's a lot of massive killings. And not only that, they're raping women. They're doing a whole bunch of atrocities against the Sudanese. And it's all happening in North Sudan. Even in South Sudan, they have these massacres as well. They're, it's like infights, tribal fights and whatnot. But it's very disturbing to see all of this that's going on. So Israel does play a role.
Huh? You said it plays a role. I have a very pointed. Hopefully, as I'm asking this question, like your critical thinking skills are like the light box is moving, and you're trying to understand why I'm asking you this question. So you said it plays a role. I just asked you, was it the same? You said this. You talked about Palestine, and you said there was only one party doing this, and I said, is that party responsible for what's going on in Congo, Sudan? You said plays a role. My point is to get you to wake up and see that these things are happening all over the world, not just in one place. And let's say you remove this, like, I want to know who you identify as the enemy, because if you remove the one party you're talking about, is that going to stop all the killing and injustice in the world?
The gun, whoever supplies them the guns. So I'll give you an example about the UAE. Okay, the UN actually came up with a report when approached the Congress to do arms embargo on UAE, but US still hasn't fucking done arms embargo on the UAE. Right, it's very problematic. Now, arms do play a role in killing people. Like, if you imagine this, right? If you were to kill people, right, using a knife versus with a gun, minimum holds about what, 10, 12, 15 rounds, right? Versus a knife, you can only stab so many people until you probably get a stab back, right? So a gun does play a role, though. You see what I'm saying? Supplying weaponry, that's a big thing, man. And the automatic guns, oh my god, that could kill lots of people.
So who's the source of this party you're talking about? You said one party. Who is this one party?
America, Israel, and then there's I think one or two more countries that play a role in Sudan as well. I think it was China.
Britain.
I'm gonna have to look it up the exact names. But the major parties playing a role is and American weaponry is going through the UAE, from UAE to in the hands of RSF. Israel has a direct link to the fucking RSF in Sudan.
And so what is the solution to your problem? You just mentioned China, America, Israel. How is the problem solved?
The problem needs to solve is people need to get together and rise up against the terrorist criminals that are committing atrocities, right? It needs to happen from within, and outside entities that have to stop giving these criminals fucking weapons, and that's the only way we see it to get rid of them, right? And same thing with Israel. Israel needs to be isolated. The people need to put sanctions on Israel to be able to stop this genocide that's going on over there in Sudan, in Gaza. And so Sudanese genocide, they have to stop supplying the weapons from the UAE, Israel, and whoever's funding the weaponry, because UAE has fucking interest on the gold and the sea. What do you expect from UAE? They're disgusting, man. Human beings. The fucking leadership of UAE. Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a very liberal psyop that actually plays into the hands of the existing status quo, the framework of which they would like you to operate, the worldview for which they would like you to operate, and will keep you in a circle, chasing your own tail. That's what it sounds like to me.
I don't know. What's your solution to this situation in Sudan, in Congo, and in Gaza, and the West Bank? There's a slow burn genocide that they started doing in the West Bank as well. Not to mention, in spite of the fucking truce in Lebanon, since November, they have killed over 500. Syria, I mean, on the border of Lebanon and Israel, they have a area that they have occupied for a long time. It's called Sheba Farms. Golan Heights is located in Syria, which is occupied by Israel as well, and they're taking over more land in Syria, and they've killed some people in Syria as well. And they, in spite of the ceasefire with Gaza, they've killed over 500 people as well. The West Bank, they're controlling a lot of shit to where the stuff is not getting at the stores on time and stuff. On purpose, and they're trying to, and they're taking over more land. They're building more settlements illegally because it's an occupied territory, man.
I think you would have to not only just raise the consciousness of your own victimized people, of your own, whatever you identify as, but you would have to start to raise the consciousness of people within the states that are engaging in this activity. See them as human beings and a pathway to develop some type of allyship with them. I think, it was disingenuous what he was saying. Or one thing that he did say, he was like, we have to find another way to find a solution to the problem. And I think that statement in and of itself is something we all need to reflect on. Have we thought about another way? And so I see the people of Israel as actually victims too, as actually victims of oppression, victims of propaganda. They're being illegally occupied. Their minds are being illegally occupied, and they're pushed into this hysterical state. And if you were to work with them from the inside, which is really hard, but international solidarity, and create a kind of framework in which they would be allies with you in finding a solution, you'll fall out of the trap which has been laid before you, which is either or, one side versus the other, and you'll transcend that and possibly move towards actual revolutionary change.
I send you an invite, brother. If you want to come up, you're welcome to come on up. Check your profile. The thing is, Lee, they've tried a lot of shit. They've even taken Israel to court for the occupation, but nothing has worked. All right. I don't know if you know about the Nakba. It means catastrophe that happened. Right. This is how the state called Israel was established, and they've taken over more land. And what they do is every so often they'll release these terrorist mofos on the West Bank. They'll terrorize the fuck out of the Palestinians. And that's where they have the apartheid system. 2 sets of laws for 2 groups of people. One for the Palestinians, which are under military rule, and then the Israeli settlers, right, the disgusting settlers, they're under the civil law, or Israeli law. And they terrorize the fuck out of the Palestinians all the time. And inside Israel, there's a very small number of people that are anti-Zionist. It's not a big number. It's like less than less than 100,000 or maybe 200,000. The population of Jews that live inside Israel is about 8 million. And then you have 2 million that are, Palestinians. They're, Palestinian Arab Muslims or Christians. So you have, and they always try to, control this demographics. They don't want, and right now there's even an epidemic that's going on inside Israel in Arab areas, Palestinian areas where there's a lot of killings that are going on. Some of these people are killing each other. There's like mass casualty number inside Israel. They've killed over 100, 200 people, and Israel doesn't even spend time or waste any money or spend any money. Their areas are understaffed. They discriminate against the Arabs, and they don't even look for who the terrorist, who the criminal was. This and that. This is how bad the thing is inside Israel, especially in the Arab towns. So, and then I'll give you some service. By 2025, 82% of Israeli Jews, they wanted to expel Arabs, Palestinians out of Gaza. 56% of Israeli Jews, they wanted to kick Arabs out of Israel. 46% of them, they wanted everything, Israeli Jews, they wanted to destroy everything in Gaza, like every little thing. And then the discrimination rate back in 2015, there was a survey done. 72% of Arabs that live, Palestinians that live inside Israel, they have faced discrimination. 2016, it was at 2016, there was another survey that happened inside Israel. Is it by Israeli Jews or by Pew Research? And 48% of them, they wanted to kick Arabs out of that land. Back in 2022, you have the discrimination rate at about 40% against Arabs. And after the 7th of October, the discrimination rate has gone up the roof inside Israel. So, and not to mention even the Ethiopian Jews and, the black folks that live inside Israel, they face discrimination as well. So, it's a society, man. It needs to be just like what had to happen with the Nazis and people that, they had to be re-educated, that, you're not this, you're not this and that. I think a lot of these people, they need to be re-educated, and I don't know who's going to do it. And Zionism is a fucking disease to the Middle East. Otherwise, the whole Middle East is going to go up in flames. We have a Palestine here. He lives in the West Bank. He can tell you more about it. Hey, what's up, Palestine? Salam alaikum, man.
Welcome, brother. Sure, you're good.
How was the situation in the West Bank? Do you mind sharing some of it? Like, what's going on?
The occupation forces have been in the area since yesterday evening. I wrote in the chat. They've been destroying houses, taking a bunch of people left and right. And they've taken my cousin's husband at 8 in the morning today. Now it's about 10:18 a.m. here. And I'm not sure if you can hear the airplanes flying overhead. But yes, they've been heavy air traffic or heavy aircraft activity since yesterday. It's not good. Whatever is happening, the occupation forces are spreading through the area. Like they might even enter here at the village, even though we didn't really do anything here. Or nowhere, to be fair. I don't think anything happened. They just suddenly decided to enter and raid every place here in the area that I live in. Which, by the way, if you are gonna ask, I'm talking to the people here, do not ask about my location. I'm not gonna disclose. This is personal information, and I have been sent death threats by Zionists here and there and off. Yeah, I do not want to disclose.
That's good. That's good. No, that's good. We don't want you to disclose your information. So, yep.
Can I ask some questions? Like critical questions?
Sure. Go on. You gotta go on.
So, how is the East Bank doing? How are people doing over there? I heard things are going pretty smooth and cool over there. People kind of enjoying their life, living their best life in the East Bank.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you, to be fair. I don't even think that there is anything to be said about that. You literally summed it up yourself. But I can tell you how it's going in the West Bank, if you didn't already know, because of the lack of media coverage. Because, understandably, the media was covering Gaza. It was not ceasefire, but now that it's ceasefire, nobody's talking about it. By the way, the ceasefire is like, pardon my French, bullshit. It literally doesn't exist. Israel is massacring civilians left and right every day in Gaza. So that doesn't exist. The ceasefire doesn't exist. As for the West Bank, raids every day, people dead also every day, pretty much. Houses are being demolished left and right. Even though yesterday, or like, I'm not sure when the decision came out, but there was a house that was threatened with demolition but there was a formal decision that reversed that demolition, but they went ahead and demolished it anyways today in the morning. So, I mean, that's a little bits and pieces of what's happening here. My cousin was taken last week. He was released, but he was taken at 1 in the morning. He was released at 3 in the afternoon next day. Didn't sleep the whole period of his detention. He did not sleep. He was blindfolded. He was tied up. He had a surgery before that, so it was worse for him. So yeah, that's just little bits and pieces. I know I'm saying random things right now, but like, if you want to know specific things, then ask and I will try my best to answer you.
How are the people on the East Bank any different from average Israeli citizens?
They don't actively participate in the airstrikes, I guess. I don't know what you want me to tell you, bro. I don't really know what to tell you. Like, they don't actively participate in the airstrike and the genocide. Not at least with
Are you talking about East or are you talking about the West Bank?
He's talking about Jordan. He's talking about Jordan.
Oh, you're talking about Jordan, okay. Yeah, Jordan, they can move freely. They don't have 920 checkpoints. It's not an apartheid system. People are treated equally, right? Versus people are treated freaking with apartheid system. 2 sets of laws, right, for 2 groups of people. 920 checkpoints. Since 7th of October, they've installed about 1,000 gates to villages and towns in the West Bank. What you call it? They open the gates for like 2 hours, 3 hours. Once you're in, or once you get, let's say you go out to leave, buy some groceries, and they'll close the gate in the middle of middle of nowhere, and they will just close it within 2 hours. And by the time you reach, you have to find a detour to get into that area, into the village or town or whatever, right? The West Bank, the Area A is about 18%, Area B is 22%, Area C is 60%. Palestinians in the West Bank, they live on less than 40% of the land. So the rest of the land is occupied by Israel. More than 800,000 settlers live in the West Bank. And some of these people are fucking pedos as well.
Most of them, actually, yeah. So,
I don't know what to tell you. And they have weaponry and whatever. And if a Palestinian gets hold of a weapon, oh my God, he's going away for a long time.
Either that or he's dead.
So if Zionism is outlawed, and Zionism is eliminated as a way of thought and political organization like Nazism, is your problem solved, Palestine? You think that's the end of the nightmare? That's when things get better?
Ideally, I'm talking ideally speaking, Zionism should be outlawed and there should be actual, consequences for being a Zionist. But, that's what I'm saying. Ideally, yes, that would solve our problem from the roots. But we know that ain't gonna happen. That isn't gonna happen because these are institutions. These institutions that are lawmaking, I guess. They are controlled by the Zionists themselves. So they aren't gonna outlaw the ideology that funds them.
So when Zionism eliminated, will the Congo be free? Will Sudan be free? Will Taiwan be free? Will Venezuela be free?
Yes, because that's what the driving ideology behind all these wars, regardless where they are at. This is the driving ideology behind these wars.
Depends on every
even the war.
It depends on every situation. Every situation is different. Every country is different, Javon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't know how it's going to free, but it just depends. Like the weaponry, if they stop, supplying weapons to RSF, I think that will help the people in Sudan. Would you say? What do you think about that?
I say that somehow, some way, your political consciousness has been stifled, and it's not looking on like you don't have a strong global political perspective. That's what I would say, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah. What is your perspective? What is your perspective?
My perspective is, when I listen to Palestinians, they've lost touch with. It's becomes like in many ways when I listen to Palestinians, they remind me of early Zionists. And I see them on the pathway of becoming the next Zionists. What's going to stop?
What do you mean?
You talking some dumb shit.
How are you talking about?
What's going to stop the Palestinians from becoming the next ethno state that is completely under the dominance?
What in my words did you just interpret as that?
Hang on a second. I actually want to know your position, Lewon. Do you believe Israel has a right to exist by ethnically cleansing Palestinians? We're talking about the entity, not the people. The entity.
No.
Okay. Now, what gave you this idea about that they could become the next Zionists? You mean if they're claiming to be Palestinians, that could be a problematic? Is that what you're saying?
Because I see the Palestinian movement, the leadership, being completely psyop. When I listen to Palestinians in spaces like Clubhouse, they always push forward a very superficial framework in which they find liberation somehow echoing and parroting the language of neoliberalism. And essentially, we just want our land for our people. We want to protect our people, get our territory, do what's right, best for us, and a very narrow, limited consciousness of where they fit in the world struggle. So I could foresee them getting their land, getting their nation state, getting the rubber stamp of approval from the United States, and literally becoming the new Israel for Arab people in that region. If you have an entire middle class group of Palestinians living peacefully in the East Bank, they're not protesting, they're not fighting, they're not organizing. They're sitting back watching this happen because they already got what they want. They want to continue holding on to that. That lets you know that they're in the same position as the average Israeli citizen. People are clinging to this idea of stability. They want stability, they want order, they want peace, but they're not thinking about the forces that are really causing instability in their lives and what makes them weak and powerless.
But Lee, can they protest in Jordan though? Can they protest in? Are they allowed to protest, Lee?
I think the brother Palestine, I think he gets what I'm alluding to, that there's a level of complicity. I'm talking retarded, but there's a complicit element to what's taking place in East Palestine. So, can they protest? All of us can protest, all over the world, no matter what circumstances you're under.
Not in Jordan. Not in.
It doesn't matter. You can be in prison and you can protest. You can be in front of a gun with to your face and still protest. We're not really seeing that in the East Bank, Jerusalem, and Jordan. So, East Jerusalem. Seeing people who live really good. And you're seeing the Arab leadership. They want to be under the security umbrella of the United States. And they want their own democratic Arab state.
They don't have.
Make things worse for you.
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, but they don't have this freedom of speech and stuff in the Arab nations, by the way. You know, a lot of times you can't protest. So you should look into the laws. Every country is different. In Egypt, you can't even wave a Palestinian flag. All right. The thing is, not every country allows protests and this and that. Like, you know, because you would have to do a public protest, right, to make some noise. And to, you know, sort of like let the government know that, you know, we support the movement. We want them to free, free Palestine from this occupying forces called Israel, whatever. But then, you know, you have these countries are in bed with Israel and America. So that's another issue as well. And yes.
So then you're lost and you lose. You can't speak. You can't protest. You can't boycott. You can't do any of the things that
you can boycott. You can boycott.
No, you can't. You can't protest. You can't boycott. That's a form of protest.
I said protest meaning like physical protest. Boycott, yes, you can. You don't have to buy the products that come, you know, that supports Israel.
You can resist. That's my whole point. You can resist. The people in Palestine, East Palestine, are not resisting. In large, they are not. They are not.
Yeah, but they're not all Palestinians in Jordan, by the way. It's only half of them are Palestinians. The rest of them are Jordanians. You see, there's a difference here, Levon. Not all of them are Palestinians in Jordan. But do you know how? Yeah, but do you know how it was taken over by Israel, the West Bank?
I mean, slowly, incrementally, they moved in and just kept expanding the territory.
No, they took over after they won the so-called war in 1967. They took over the West Bank. You see what I'm saying? It was under Jordanian control, the West Bank. And the war was started by Israel.
Well, you're not going to get it back, boys. You're not going to get it back. You're not going to get it back by boycotting the people that did it. You're going to have to fight them. And you're going to need allies to do that.
That's what they're doing.
Elevate your consciousness so it's not just a me, I'm the center of the world struggle. You'll never make allies. And you'll never win.
How did apartheid South Africans? Yeah, but how did apartheid South Africans got their freedom? Yeah, but how did people that lived in apartheid South Africans, how did they get their freedom?
That's the worst example. That's the absolute worst.
I mean, how did they break free of the apartheid?
Military resistance. And
that's what they're doing.
They got co-opted. And that's what I'm trying to get you to realize.
But that's what Palestinians are doing.
Military resistance. And they got co-opted. That's the point I want you to realize. You're on the path to being co-opted. You're on the path to being co-opted.
All right, let's see what happens. The time will tell. What they're doing and what 7th of October did. It woke up the whole world. A lot of people, even if you look at just this app, a lot of people were pro-Israel right after 7th of October. They changed. Some of the people even became pro-Hamas. Forget them. The Jewish kids. There was a survey that was done in America. 30 to 40% of Jewish teens, they actually became pro-Pali and pro-Hamas. That was some crazy shit. Yep. And the 7th of October, it opened up the eyes, like for the whole world. Look at all their true colors start coming out, all the countries. who's what, who's doing what, who's a Zionist scumbag, who's not a Zionist, and who's helping the nation, who's not helping the nation. So, yeah. I don't know, man. It's just a matter of time.
Who are the biggest allies of the Palestinian resistance? Which nation states are the biggest allies?
Qatar, Qatar, you know, the country, because they've funded, funded a lot of money into their operations for over 10 to 20 years. Saudi Arabia is part of it. You have
Amir, he asked which nation? All the Arab nations, Turkey, Armenia, actually most of the nations, Italian, Spanish. We're not talking about governments, we're talking about people. Indonesia, Pakistan, Malaysia, Philippines.
No, but in what sense are you talking about, Livon? Faya, please check your message, okay?
Yeah, sure.
If you can, thank you. So, in what sense are you talking about? Are you talking about money-wise? Are you talking about like?
I was actually speaking about actual formal nation states. So we can do both. We can do both, but I was asking about actual nation states. Which nation states have been the biggest allies of the Palestinian resistance?
Oh,
and you didn't mention any of them, so I think it's interesting.
So the resistance, there's countries, but there's countries out there, they don't look at Hamas as terrorists, so I would say those are the countries. Let me pull up the name, the countries, because it's
no, wait a minute.
It's a list of.
Hold on, brother. Respectfully, if you gotta look it up, then I don't want to talk about it. I want to know, like I'm talking to real people that are engaged in this, take it serious. You don't need to look it up.
No, but what do you mean by that? They support the resistance. It says Qatar literally funded $1.4 billion to Hamas. You know what I'm saying? Are you talking about like money wise or like physical help on the ground? Like I don't get it. Like I don't understand.
No, I'm testing the room temperature. I'm testing people's knowledge on these topics. That's really what I'm doing. Trying to figure out where people stand. These are fair questions, right?
Yeah, but there's countries out there, they don't look at Hamas as terrorists. There's countries out there like the Western world looks at Hamas as terrorists. Well, which country do you want me to give you?
No, the ones that you know, that you believe have.
The one I know. Yes, Qatar and the UAE, and you have Egypt next door. But and they even host Hamas leaders. Even Saudi Arabia hosted Hamas leaders, including Turkey. Turkey is a pretty big supporter of Hamas as well.
Even Iran.
Iran, yes, Iran as well. Iran, you have Lebanon. That's why your question itself is a very confusing question. Like, in what sense? Like, how do you want me to tell you? Like, money-wise, physical help, on the TV support? Like, I don't get it.
No, you're answering the question based on what you know. It was a straightforward question. Who do you think are the nations supporting the Palestinian resistance?
Okay, as I said, if you're talking about nations, almost everyone around the world supports the Palestinians. I'm not going to say Arab.
International law says right to resist. It means they have to abide by international law, which they're doing, the right to resist. So all countries are, would probably support that, I would say, the right to resist.
If there are countries, large nations, that have supported Palestinian Liberation Organization, Hamas, funding, training, hosted their leaders, and you didn't mention them. Why would you think you wouldn't?
He mentioned already. He answered your question.
Large nations that have done this, yet they didn't
He
come
answered
out
your
of
question.
Why do you think
Luang, he answered your question. Maybe you're not listening, but he did answer your question.
So some training, they got it from Iran. some training they got it from somewhere else. The weaponry, some of the weapon they buy from IDF, some of the weapon they it used to come through Egypt through the tunnels, and a lot of the weaponry they make their own as well, like the rockets and whatnot. I don't know, what else do you want to know? And Hamas is a political wing, by the way. The Al Qassam Brigades, it's actually the military wing on the ground. There's another one, it's called PIJ. That's another one. You have there's about 2 or 3 more factions out there. And 7th of October, when it happened, it was multiple factions that went inside. Even the civilians went inside. According to Israeli count, it was about 5,000 people.
Which nation actually brought all of the factions together to hold a conference to support them in solidarity?
Several.
Which ones?
Not one, brother, not one. There's Egypt, there's Russia, there's a bunch of conferences that were held in a lot of bunches of different nations. As I said, there's Egypt, there's Russia, there's a lot of, there's Jordan.
The first one to say Russia, that's one country you said and no one else said. There's another big country no one else has said. I just think it's interesting.
No, if you want the exact information, we're not computers. We may or may not remember.
I don't even know how that's relevant to the conversation. I don't get it.
Yeah.
How is it not relevant when you have support? Some people are showing support for your resistance movement, standing up and doing that, and you can't acknowledge it.
It's not. The reason why, because the people, when they go to the protests, do you think that the people that are protesting, they know every single small detail of this conflict, or they just look at, they're anti-genocide when they see babies dying, whatever? That's the whole thing. I think at the protest, when you go up there, if you ask all of these protesters, what do you support? 2 state, 1 state? Do you know when it was established? How it happened? What the ethnic cleansing? What is Nakba? What actually took place? What during the Hitler time? A lot of people wouldn't even have any knowledge about it. They support the cause because they see pictures, videos of babies and whatnot. Over 20,000 children killed. Literally, recently IDF came out and they acknowledged that the number 70,000 have been killed. Who's this guy in the audience?
Who is it? I've seen multiple people in the chat.
I don't know.
Hey, Palestine.
Hey, sister, how are you?
I'm good. Alhamdulillah. How are you? Hi, Fire. How are you guys?
Alhamdulillah, sister, alhamdulillah. Welcome to see help. You're good, inshallah.
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you? Good.
Sorry, Persian. I can't deal with you today. I told you this. I'm not this room. I cannot debate with you, bro. You're just an idiot. Faya, did you check your messages?
I was playing a game of chicken.
You check your messages.
Can you speak Persian?
No, I don't speak Persian. No, I don't speak Persian.
This is an English-speaking room.
Why?
Because Farsi is not the language that people use to communicate. It's not a lingua franca.
That's like a very odd question. Why do you not speak Persian?
Yeah. Do you speak Japanese? Or do you speak French? Parlez-vous français?
Okay.
We don't speak.
We don't speak Farsi.
We don't speak Farsi, man. Thank you. And this is not a Persian room, by the way. This is not a Farsi room. It's an English room because in this room everybody's welcome from different background. Sorry, man. I can't bring you up, Jason. I'm sorry, man. I can't deal with your. I hate your fucking voice, man. Anyways.
There are news that they partially withdrew, but they're still here. So it's very uncertain. We don't know what is happening, to be fair. like apart from the usual, going to houses, interrogating people, they've converted a few houses to military installations, meaning like they have occupied it and they are not letting the residents in. So I don't know, to be fair, what is going on, but it is very nerve-wracking. Like every time that these things happen.
من ریدم تو فلسطین. من ریدم تو سرکله فلسطین.
Yeah, brother, we do not speak Persian, goddammit.
He was cursing in Farsi. It's okay.
Yeah.
He's a moron. Ahmaq.
So yeah, basically every time that happens, we're on edge. Yeah, it's I don't know. Everyone is basically.
You speak a lot of languages for you. It's interesting.
Yes. As a linguist, I applaud you. It's really.
Yeah. He knows all the bad words in there. Yes,
So, Brother Palestine, post October 7th, there were not many conferences. There were only two. And there was only one that brought all of the factions together. Egypt had one, and they brought a couple factions. There was only one nation in the entire world that brought all of the factions together and tried to create a unified agreement with them for liberation for Palestine.
Yes, bro. And like, I guess my question is, what's your point? Like, okay, I understand. I don't know which nation is that, to be fair. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But like, what is your point? I feel like I should ask that question.
So from the moment I came in this room until now, my point has been consistent. It's the same consistent point. That if you focus on a narrow, me first, me only perspective, and you don't elevate your consciousness to what's going on in the global struggle, and you don't even know like who your allies are on the planet, and if you don't have the same energy for their causes as they have for yours, you are never going to win.
Oh, it's about this then. Bro, let me tell you this and be straightforward with it, because I do not like bullshitting people. If you want to support me, good for you. If you don't, you don't. I am not here to pity party or anything like that. I am a blind man who lives in the West Bank. No more, no less. I am not here to be like, yo, if you scratch my back, I scratch yours. This is not one of them deals, okay? I do not have to support anyone to be supported. If you support me, that shows that you're good in character. If you don't, well, I let the silence speak for itself. I'm not gonna say shit.
And that's the same position anyone dealing with oppression would have. Imagine that. And imagine where the world would be. Like you're saying, if you don't support me, if you support me, your moral cause. Well, someone would say you would support my cause if it was a moral cause. But you don't care.
It's not that I don't care. It's not that I don't care. It's about the whole. It is not a scratch your back and you scratch mine kind of thing. It is babies being killed. People are dying. You can't afford to be like, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. This is not one of them cases. Of course, I support.
I'm going to make your case unique and special in the world.
I support all the people who were oppressed and they are still oppressed. I support them, obviously. That is out of the question. But you are making it, the way you phrased it, the way you worded it, it sounded to me like it's a transaction. And just because you're supporting me, I must support your cause. That is not how it works, my brother. That is what I wanted to tell you. It's not about me not supporting your cause. It's about, I guess, the way you phrased it, it sounded very transactional and cold. We are human, brother. We're not machines. You understand me, bro? We're not machines. I'm not gonna support you just because you support my cause or whatever it is you think you're doing. I must support you because we're both humans, my bro. We bleed red. All of us bleed red. I don't care where you are. I don't care what color you are. We all bleed red, my bro. That way that you worded your statement, I disagree with it 100%. You shouldn't be wording things like that, like this. Oh, if you support my cause, I will support yours. Do you understand where I'm coming from? That's why I'm so passionate about telling you off, because, bro, the way you worded it wasn't fine at all. It wasn't good. It sounded really transactional code. We're not some goddamn machines just supporting each other because of common interest. I want all the people of the world to be free. And yes, you might call me kumbaya or whatever, but at least I'm realistic about that. I'm consistent. I have a principled stance against oppression everywhere. You don't have to support my cause just for me to support your cause. There are people who have never even heard of Palestine, yet I still want everyone, even the people who have never heard of Palestine, to be free and not oppressed. I do not wish the oppression that I'm going through, I do not wish that on my worst enemy. Let me tell you that. The way you worded things, my brother, was totally shit. I urge you to rethink what you said.
I stand firm on it. I see a common problem where it's me first, my cause only, and your cause is invisible, and I don't see the link. Even when you're helping, someone's helping your cause, you're oblivious to their cause. That's what I'm seeing from a lot of Palestinians. That's the truth.
As I have said, I'm not going to repeat myself and go on another monologue. If you want to support this brother, good for you. If you don't, you don't. Nobody's blaming. Nobody's gonna. I am personally coming from me. I'm not gonna tell you, oh well, you're bad, or you can do whatever it is you are doing or you want to do. We are adults, for God's sake. We're not children. I'm not gonna just pester you to support. If you don't want to support me, that's your thing. Do it. If you don't want to support me, you don't. I don't really give a shit. And that might sound very harsh, but it is true. I'm not gonna cry for you to support me. Oh, I'm the Palestinian, I'm the victim. Anybody who doesn't know that already has no common sense. Let me just tell you that. That's it. But I don't think that, there is a further point to be made, to be fair, because you already made yours.
Besides, if you want to support people, Luan, you support them not because you want something in return. You support them because you're a human and you have a conscience. You're not waiting for something to happen, or you're not waiting for a reward.
It's not about a reward. It's again, if your suffering is the center of human suffering, and your cause is the only cause, and you said like you're supporting people because other humans are suffering too. So I just don't see the level of global consciousness at all coming from the Palestinians. I see a very narrow need first.
No, their suffering is great, and it's been happening for the past 80 years, actually more. So just because they're suffering doesn't mean we have to forget about the others. No, we can focus on them and on the others. Now, the Palestinians, they're under genocide. If they don't talk about if they don't talk about Sudan, if they don't talk about Congo, if they don't talk about Venezuela, that's because they're busy getting bombed and bombarded every single minute. Not every single day, every single minute. They can't sleep. They have drones flying on their heads every second. No, you want those people who are suffering to come and talk about other people's suffering? No, it's not going to happen.
Really, I'm talking about people in these spaces, and for Palestine who's there on the ground. To be honest, I really wasn't thinking about the people I see on spaces, rooms like this, that are in other countries in the West, representing the Palestinian cause. and their level of consciousness. That's what the people I'm engaging with. You're probably the like.
But how do you know people don't advocate for these countries the same way they advocate for Palestine? Like, how do you know?
Exactly.
Like, I'm just so confused.
We're generalizing.
Yeah, I am generous for what I'm experiencing. What I'm having these exchanges in this room. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, but you'll only notice those things if you center yourself around it. So if you've not seen it, then that's just, you're not looking for it, or you just have no interest in that side either. So
how many?
It's a bit rich.
How many people have you spoken to, by the way, Livon? Can you please tell us?
Oh man, a lot.
How many would you say?
Listen to like thousands over the past since October 7th. Hours upon hours and hours.
Listen to thousands of what? Who? Which people? What people?
People online, in spaces on Twitter, Clubhouse, on Palestine.
They talk about what? They talk about the Palestinian cause, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just because they don't talk about something you believe in, it doesn't mean they don't support it. There's a lot of them. There's if you go into a pro-Pali space, they're just going to talk about Palestinians. If you go into pro-Congo space, they're just going to talk about Congo space. If you go into Sudan space, they're going to talk about Sudan. It's a normal thing. I don't know, how did you come up with this, and if you have any stats, this is your anecdotal experience, I don't know how you came to this conclusion that they don't support your cause. And can you please tell us, what is the cause that you want them to support? What is your cause?
I think it's a general observation and a general critique of, and I've explained it, in this room. I made it clear that the trouble and the trap that I see is that you're being pushed into a very narrow nationalist solution where you get your own ethno-nation state under the American flag. And that's the primary cause, the primary goal. And there isn't a larger consciousness that I see of really pushing back against global oppression in any kind of way. And I've been in spaces like large communities on Twitter, where you have hundreds of Palestinian activists under one umbrella. There was this group held by BD Politics, which he held the largest pro-Palestinian spaces. And of course, the community split up, they're fragmented, people started to hate each other, fight each other. But the most consistent thing, the most demoralizing thing was after 2-3 years, all people could talk about was Palestine. And they could not evolve, despite the fact they were engaging with people all over the world. The people were rallying behind them and trying to elevate them. They couldn't see anything beyond that. And,
so how many people was she able to get, DD Politics? 500, 600,000 people? How many people?
I couldn't even quantify. But it was a lot.
I've been in her spaces. I was active on Twitter space before. My whole thing is just by your anecdotal experience, somebody that just keeps talking about Palestinians, right? Because it's right there on your face every day when you open up Instagram and this and that. You see a amount of babies that have been killed and this and that, and they've been suffering under occupation for over 50, 70 years. And if the space is about Palestinians or Palestinian cause, why would they not talk about Palestinians? I don't get it. Right? Now, it relates to Sudan. A lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people do know about it. And they do talk about Sudan. A lot of people don't know about Congo. But there's other people that know about Congo. They open up spaces about Congo. So I don't know, where did you get this, anecdotal, according to your anecdotal experience. And when it comes down to Israel, America protects Israel. Why do you think that none of these countries are attacking Israel right now? Why is this disgusting Zionist criminal states in the middle of nowhere? It's because it's protected by America. None of these nations wants to attack Israel because of America. As soon as America removes protection of Israel, they're going to come in and attack. This is why we're all dependent on America. I live in America. I'm in California, by the way. And this is why my view is coming from American side, because America is the only country. Why do you think these Arab nation, Arab leaders, whatever, they're lobbying the Congress to try to get it done through America? Because America is protecting this Zionist criminal state. Iran, literally, they're not attacking Iran because Iran gave them a threat. They're going to attack Israel. Iran realized that Israel, they cannot protect Israel. It's a tiny, teeny bitty nation. The last 12-day war, the amount of damage they've done was over $10 billion worth of damage. And they realized there's some ports, that's very major thing. If they were to destroy that fucking port where they get their goods or whatever, they're going to have a hard time receiving goods inside Israel. And it's a major construction they'll have to do to rebuild that port. Right? So this is why I have to. So your outlook, I think you're thinking from inside the box. I'm thinking from outside the box. This is why all the countries are blaming America, and America is protecting Israel. Israel is using America for whatever. America is basically Israel's bitch. All right? But the problem is the officials that I have, a whole bunch of pedos that are fucking running the government in America. Right? So I don't think you should, you should accuse anybody of where they're coming from, what perspective they have. Respectfully, you have your own perspective. We can agree to disagree, or you can disagree to disagree. You have your own perspective. I have my own perspective. And I'm looking at it from America because America is the one that they had to go through whatever happens in Gaza. It's literally passed in American Congress. America pushes the fucking envelope to Israel, then they force Israel to do what they have to do. Otherwise, even during the 12-day war, Israel did the attack during the Iran. Do you know that Israel already sent out fighter jets? They were going to throw bombs on Iran, right? Guess what? Trump called Netanyahu up, forced him into fucking bringing the fighter jets back. Otherwise, they were going to throw those bombs on Iran. And on the way back, the leftover bombs were thrown on Gaza. All right? So I would suggest you, my friend, you should look into all of these details. I like to go into the tiny details. And that's when you learn, okay, who's controlling what? And, from your perspective, I don't know if you're into geopolitics as much. The Middle East politics is different than, working with the Western politics, the American, Canada, and this and that. So, yeah, and the DD politics, the space that you're talking about, I spend like maybe a week or 2 weeks. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is bullshit. Then I start going to Suleiman Space on Twitter. That was much better than the fucking shitty space that she hosts. But, that's where, and right now, the Epstein files is pretty hot. People have been telling me, open up the room about Epstein. Why am I not doing it? Because there's other people talking about Epstein. It's enough people talking about Epstein. Why should I open up? We do talk about Epstein sometimes in this room because it is a pretty major blow. I mean, Epstein was connected to Ehud Barak. Ehud Barak, a former Israeli prime minister. He visited Epstein more than 30 times. And Epstein was a pedophile. Trump mentioned on Epstein files. You have the Ghislaine Maxwell, her dad, fucking working for Mossad. A lot of shit connected to Israel. Look at the Jonathan Pollard, the guy, that motherfucker that was American Zionist Jew that spied on America for Israel, right? What happened at the U.S. Liberty ship in '67 that killed a whole bunch of Americans, right? And why was it silent? Why were they silent? There's a lot that, if you dive into it, it's like a can of worms. And it goes back to how is Israel controlling American politics, the AIPAC and all of this bullshit. But anyways, we can agree to disagree, bro.
Yeah, I think, if you think America's Israel's bitch, I think American politicians obviously are all bitches. But what's really, Israel's not behind the United States of America. It's literally the other way around. It's the military-industrial complex. It's calling the shots of which Israel's a part of. So, but if you think Israel is behind America, I think the U.S. Yeah, I think that's going to lead to a lot of problems in the now.
It's both of them are each other's bitches in different different ways. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes somebody, one of the countries becomes a dominant, the other one becomes submissive. The other one becomes dominant. This nation becomes submissive. But that's how it works. It's like a wife and husband relationship, dominant, submissive. Like sacrifice and what is it called? Compromise and sacrifice. Yeah, compromise and sacrifice. That's what they do. Can you believe it? American foreign policy depends on Israeli foreign policy in relation to the Middle East. Isn't that disturbing? To me, I found out about 2-3 weeks ago, I was disturbed by this. I'm like, why the fuck do we have to, we have our own foreign policy. We got military base all over GCC countries, all over the Middle East. Why the fuck do we have to depend on this disgusting Zionist criminal state called Israel? And I believe, I have a testimony, actually, there was a former Israeli intelligence official. He made a video. He was on the show, one of the talk shows. This was about during the 12-day war. You know what he said? He used to work for Israeli intelligence official. Now he's located in Quebec, Canada. He's been living there for over 10, 15 years now in Canada. But he still works with spying agencies. In 2011, they bombed his house in Quebec, Canada. And they found military-grade bombs and material that was used. And he came out, right, with this interview during the 12-day war with Iran. He said they sent out a card to Donald Trump during the 12-day war. It was basically a threat to Donald Trump that you got to bomb this, you got to get this shit done, the nuclear, whatever they want to bomb inside Iran. And otherwise, we'll expose you. And I could put the link in the chat. It's 30 minutes long. You could go, listen to it. And he used to work for Israeli intelligence official. I believe it. And he's actually anti-Zionist. He called his sister. He during that interview, he said, I called my sister in Tel Aviv. He goes, my sister, I love my sister. She's, but she lives inside Israel. She lives inside Tel Aviv. And he told his sister, he said, there's a genocide going on across the wall. And you know what the sister told him? Oh, no, it's just propaganda, this and that. He goes, this is how they fucking indoctrinated these people inside Israel. So like what you said earlier, the victims, yes, we could use that. But at the same time, at one point, if the victim is living on that land for over 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, 30 years, you would eventually look at, because a lot of them, they have to serve in the IDF. And when they serve in the IDF, they start talking. When they start talking, there's human rights organization inside Israel called B'Tselem. They're connected to the IDF. All the human rights violations, it gets reported to the human rights organization. A lot of people know what the fuck is going on inside Israel, how they're occupying it, how they're running these fucking checkpoints in the West Bank, how they're occupying Gaza, what the Israeli Supreme Court ruling is. And if you look into it more and more, it's fucking full of problems. Haredim Jews don't like the secular Jews. You know why? Because the secular Jews, they have to serve in the military. They're paying taxes. The Haredim guys, they don't even work at they don't serve in the military. They don't, they're not in the IDF. All they do is they freaking, study the Torah at the yeshiva. Yeshiva is a private school, like a, religious school. All they do is they study there. Their wives are working 2-3 jobs a day to fucking pay the bills. And there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of culture problems. This is why the Zionist entity always needs to be at attack. They need to attack all the fucking time. If Palestinians get a 2-state solution or whatever, or 1 state, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and there's no threats coming from outside, the entity will erode and will rot from within. And Ehud Olmert, the former Israeli prime minister, he said this on TV. He said the biggest enemy is enemy within, not Hamas, not Iran, not Hezbollah. It's actually enemy within. And I seen a whole bunch of fucking documentaries, like over 10, 15 documentaries. I was in a shock. The culture inside is fucked up. You see what I'm saying? So you have to look at all of these things.
That's what do you think? Can you explain that? The enemy within. I didn't really catch it.
The enemy within is the biggest enemy of Israel.
Meaning, What does that mean? The enemy with that?
Meaning people inside Israel are the biggest enemy of the state of Zionism, of the state called Israel.
I told you that. That's what I said when I first came in the room. That was the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, that's what Ehud Olmert said. As the former Israeli prime minister. So what I'm saying is, we can have this, and respectfully, bro, I think you should ask the Palestinians. And I'll give you another example, since you said they don't care about anybody else's cause. George Floyd painting is in about 3 different areas. On one of the areas is separation wall. That's huge. You know what happened to George Floyd? I'm sure you know, but everybody knows about it, right? So George Floyd painting is in the West Bank. You can Google it if you like to Google it. They do support the, they feel connected how the black folks in America go through systematic racism, right? Because the systematic racism is going on over there with the Palestinians on the ground.
I don't want to talk about the Palestinians on the ground. I'm trying to make that clear. That's not what I'm talking about.
But I'm letting you know.
I don't want to be empathetic to people suffering bombs of war. That's not what this is. I'm talking about, like you said, the people in the West, to be honest. The people in America like you. That's genuinely what I'm talking about.
Well, there's so many people, Lawang, there's so many people, even though, look, the Black Lives Matter movement, there was some problematic stuff, right? When people found out that the money was being used for whatever. Even during the the BLK, or what was it? What's the thing? The Black Lives Matter movement.
BLM.
There was a lot of people, even from the Arab side, non-Arab side, Muslim side, they stood with the black folks. You see what I'm saying? Against the oppression. And
well, that's cool. I don't think, to be honest, like me, that's not what I'm talking about, because.
No, but which country cause is affecting you? Give me the name of the cause.
It's a global cause. It's an international cause. It's people suffering all over the world, and people really actually standing up and fighting on the front lines and dying and making sacrifices that really have an opportunity to.
You have the ability to educate people, Levon. You can go around educate people. You can open up rooms on this app on Twitter. Yeah, you can educate people, and people that know it, people would know. You have the information. And you'll be doing some good work, and and slowly people will start looking at it. Okay, this is wrong, that's wrong, this is right, this is wrong, this is and that's how it works.
I'm actively doing that within the Palestinian cause. There's one of the largest pro-Palestinian conferences in America, in Detroit. I'm speaking to Palestinians and speaking to Palestinian activists. And,
nice.
So it's all happening. I'm not saying this from someone that's not, actually engaging and doesn't have a lifetime of engagement.
Nice, that's good, man. It would, however you can help, it helps. You can either sort of just bring awareness. You can donate money. You can go to the protest. You can, talk about it. You can, you're not just Palestinian. You can talk about other causes that are happening all over the world and become an activist, That's how it works,
I just don't think boycott's going to get it. Freya, do you think boycotting is a solution?
Were you asking me?
Yes, if you think boycotting is the main strategy.
Yeah, boycotting is one of the ways to fight. It's not the only way, but yes, it works. It works big time, and we see companies changing their policies. Like, for instance, we have a very famous cafe in Europe, and even in some states, actually, it's called Prêt à Manger, or Pret à Manger, they call it in English. They were about to open stores in occupied Palestine. They stopped. A lot of companies stopped, or they actually pulled pulled back and they canceled their contracts with them, like Puma, for instance. Boycott does work, and it worked before in South Africa, and it worked in many places. So my answer is yes, it does work. It is one of the ways to fight, to resist.
Do you think people should boycott? Or do you think nation states should boycott?
People, countries, I don't know, everyone, anyone can boycott.
You do understand that there's limitations on why nation states can't boycott.
Of course, but people still, like, for instance, in Jordan, people did boycott, although the government was what? I mean, they owned those supermarkets or those brands, but yet the people did boycott, and it ended up with closing of Carrefour, for instance, in so many places actually in Jordan. It's one of the best countries that boycotted companies in the world, I think, in the Islamic world, let's say. And even here in the UK, I live in the UK, a lot of places we've boycotted, have been closed now. If you search for Starbucks, how many Starbucks closed in the past 2.5 years between England and Wales, and you'll see.
You're inspiring me to want to participate. Because I actually, I do think people have the right to individually or collectively boycott. I don't see anything wrong with that, per se.
By the way, me and my friend, we both left our work because of the company that we used to work for was, let's say, helping Israel. So we both left the company. We're both spreading awareness regarding that company. We're boycotting it, and we're telling people to boycott it. Unfortunately, I can't say anything about it.
Faya, did you read the message? He goes, the gathering of some terrorists. These fuckers, they think I'm a terrorist. And people in here, they're terrorists. It's gotta be Iranian, man.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god, you gotta be the Mesopotamia supporter.
So we're terrorists because we're defending people under genocide? I mean, if you want to call me a terrorist for that, then I'll be
happy and He left.
He's a moron.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who was he talking about.
He said he was talking about me and all of you guys, gathering of some terrorists.
Yeah, gathering of some terrorists. I'm not sure who he's referring to.
I'm my number one terrorist.
Flag makes him cry. Iranian Alavi supporter.
To be fair, I've never met this dude, so that's why I was confused who was who.
Faya, what game are you playing?
Okay, let me check the name. It's called Pixel Flow.
Oh, okay.
Very addictive. I downloaded the game yesterday or the day before. I reached level 100 and something now.
Oh my god, you're
107.
Yeah. But yeah, the game I downloaded was Master 3D with cans and stuff. It has to be pair of 3. And I played that. Yeah, it's like it gives you canned sodas and food and cherries and all that. You gotta match. It's gotta be pair of 3. But Anila, would you like to come up? Let's see. If you'd like to come up, you can welcome to come up, share your opinion. You don't have to sit in the audience. We want new voices, you could be, whatever voice. I mean, either pro-Pali, pro-not Pali. Okay, I could debate on the Zionism if you want. We had that Persian lawyer that came through. Fucking gives me a headache, man. That guy. Oh my god. Yesterday, I don't know if you were here, Koya. Emrose invited a new Zionist Jew on this app. I went back and forth with him. And same talking points, just like the rest of the Zionists. The Grand Mufti of Jerusalem working with the Hitler, what happened at Hebron massacre, 1929.
Okay, let's say the Grand Mufti worked with Hitler. Does that mean it's okay for you to kill babies today?
No, but it wasn't. So after 1937, the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem met up with Hitler like around 1941, 42. Okay, so after during the Arab Revolt that happened 1937 to 39. After 37, he was no longer representing Palestinians. He was no longer Grand Mufti of Jerusalem.
I know, but let's say even if he was, that doesn't make it okay to kill people today, children.
No, we were talking about history of how the state came to its existence. They do the same fucking, it's the same repeat all the time.
Hey, Emir, somebody opened a room about you, Universe, you know him?
University, that's John Kitover.
Yeah, he's saying that in the title that you're a terrorist. The room is called Jewish Complaint Center, something like that. Yeah,
Amir the terrorist called the FBI. Yeah, it's a normal thing. He's a Zionist scumbag. What do you expect, man? Are you Zionist as well?
Yes.
He is, yeah.
You're Zionist?
Yeah, but I don't have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with you.
You're not here to tell us and to tell Amir to be cautious or to be careful.
I am.
To tell people come and go to see that room.
I'm not saying that though. I'm not saying that.
You don't have to say it.
Alright.
But that's what you're doing.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that,
dude. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Alright, I'll just leave then since you just want to be.
Bye.
Yeah. Have a nice day.
I just wanted to thank you guys for the space. Appreciate it, Amir. Appreciate your time.
No problem. You gotta think outside the box, brother. You can't we can disagree, right? My thing is different than yours. And I would suggest you, bro, you gotta think outside the box. Don't just go to DD Politics. Go to Suleiman Ahmed's space. Go to we have Emrose that comes out here. She's born and raised inside Israel, but she's anti-Zionist. Listen to her as well. There's another one called Buttercup. She's anti-Zionist. Listen to her as well. The Palestinian Voices. Listen to what's happening in Sudan. Listen to Congo Voices. And listen to that big space, Mario Knopfel. He's always got some new good topics, 5, 6, 7,000 people in there, right? They're, debating, some good people on there. And, you get a different perspective. You know Mario Knopfel, right, on Twitter, Liwong?
I listen to all these spaces, Habibi. I hear you.
Good.
I know these guys like personally, so it's okay. No worries.
Nice. That's good, man.
Thank you. Shukran.
Yeah, no problem, brother. Walaikum salam. You take care, man. Hey, Charlie, you went in the audience. What happened, brother? Okay. Anila, would you like to come up? Is it a bot account? Yeah, the anonymous account is actually John Kitover. He's streaming my room to his room, and then he's gonna have some fun. He's probably playing some musical instrument in the background. He gets triggered and pissed off, and then Al-Normal calls him like his butt buddy or boyfriend. And yep. What's up, Jindip? How you done? Are you okay? Did you get enough sleep? No. Anyways, yep.
Zionist, that isn't, somebody's asking in the chat, help me out, how did Zionist
Yeah. Fire, but did you solve the matter with the guy that was...
Yeah, all good.
Okay,
Yeah,
so because he got scared earlier?
He explained what happened and everything, and I don't like it when men attack women. And in general, even if she had a different point of view, even if she was a Zionist, I don't care. But she's still a woman, and I don't like men attacking women.
No, but some of the stuff cannot be trusted. Okay.
Yeah.
So
but then I can't tell him how to handle people or how to talk with people.
No, I didn't say that. That's why I kind of texted you and whatever. I wanted to see how you're doing because I wanted to tell you that there's certain things on this app you have to look the other way.
Yeah,
because look,
I
I
actually
could.
slept mirror.
What you said?
I left the clubhouse and I went to bed.
Yeah, no, I know. But
Yeah.
I said to that person that don't do it and this and that. That person turned it around on me. He goes, "Oh, we know you love her, this and that." I'm like, "What? You're trying to protect her?" I'm like, "It's a pro pally, right? And don't do it and this and that."
Well, how could you love her? I mean, you both are in two different countries. She's married. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he brought up the whole thing. I mean, I like somebody else. What can I do? It is what it is. This guy, sir, I can't put up with you, bro. I'm sorry, man. I can't deal with you.
Do you know him?
Race. Yeah, he's Doc. He served in the military. Just racist as fuck.
Oh, okay.
This is his username so I could avoid him, bro.
What did you say, Palestine?
What's his username so I could avoid him? I'm blind. He doesn't speak.
His name is Limbo, but his old name was Doc. Yeah. Sometimes it's okay when the room dies down. Amila, help me out. How did Zionism begin? Come up. We can have that conversation. Come up. Yeah. Where'd she go? She's here? She left.
She left, yeah. Or he, I don't know.
Well. But anyways, what you been up to, Palestine?
Nothing, bro. Just here. Being restricted, basically. We can't go anywhere. Very nerve-wracking, as I mentioned before. But yeah, I've been okay. Just following the news and concerned for my safety because they're now arresting people from my area, and the arrests are increasing.
Yeah, that's you gotta be careful, man. I don't know how all this is gonna play out. They're issuing about 10,000 permits, I think, to people that are over 55 to go to Masjid Al-Aqsa for the month of Ramadan.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a problem there, right? It's a lot more people that want to go to Masjid Al-Aqsa, but
Yeah.
What's the capacity of Masjid Al-Aqsa?
Pretty big. I can't tell you for sure because I don't know, but pretty big. Like it can accommodate.
Let me look it up. What's the capacity? Capacity. And they're expanding the settlements in Jerusalem that are going to be, taking over some part of the West Bank.
In fact, the parts that they're taking over is close to where I live. So yes, I know. They've been spreading their activities in the area. Their activities that are in the area that they live in have been very much on the increase for the last couple of days.
Wow. So it says 5,000 inside capacity, and outside is over 400,000 people. That's
a bunch.
That's pretty big, man. It's pretty big.
Yeah, but yeah, the raids are increasing. The arrests are increasing. They don't even have the reason. They don't even have to have a reason to arrest you. They can also fabricate accusations. Like my cousin was, as I said in the beginning, arrested last week and he was released. But they were trying to fabricate accusations that he's throwing stones at the army that they keep saying, and he done no such thing.
No, okay. Yeah, just I don't know, man. I hope this entity gets dismantled. The Zionism, right? It needs to get dismantled, and it needs to, you know, and then you could probably coexist with some of these people, and no more occupation, no more freaking checkpoints. And no more borders either. I don't know. These Zionist scumbags, they don't realize what they've done to the Palestinians. Like, is that, you know, they're living in denial. It's a fucking disease. I wish there was some kind of medication that could solve this matter.